In the upper right, in the red for Africa Freaks, Warcraft 3's B-Boy, it's Sock. His opponent in the yellow. The GOAT, it's Moon. Alright, I am super curious what we will see. Moon, of course, is it Keeper on this map? It's an AZ Warden.
Yeah, we don't see the Warden that much anymore, I feel, on this map, but you do start with level 2. The tricky part is, how do you get to level 3? Some Nightels, they buy mercenaries from the mercenary camp, and then they apply a lot of pressure with Shadow Strike, with Abolish Magic against what you know is going to be an Archmage almost every time. Even though Sok and Chemico have been mixing in a ton of Mount Tanking first play. And yeah, Moon, I feel like every time that I cast him these days, I have to remind people of how insane he is. We have to sing his praise, like we always say he's the best in the world and all of that. But the amount of time that he's been the best in the world for is what impresses me almost the most. 17 years ago, he won a televised league, the NBC Sonokong Prime League 2 in 2003. 17 years later, he's still relevant, still going very deep in tournaments. You said it's rank 1 in the ELO rankings, and to me, that's just unheard of. There is almost no people in esports or in video games that are able to do this well for this amount of time. It's very, very rare that people can stay on top for so long, but he's still there, he's still relevant, and still one of the best.
Yeah, and maybe what's even more impressive is that he's still innovating. He's always finding new solutions. Alongside Lolite, that might help, but I mean, he revolutionized the Orc matchup back then with his Talon build, and 17 years later, you say it, he's still finding new answers. This is absolutely unbelievable. The Keeper meta due to him, probably, on this very map. So, what is his solution to the Warden being stuck on level 2 for a while? I don't see a second engine of war somewhere.
Yeah, he might not necessarily mind. In this game, we saw the 4th farm being made from Sok, so he's clearly going to attempt to expand. Look at this, Moon is follow-up scouting. A lot of elves, they would be like, oh, you're chasing me, so you're clearly not expanding. But no, Moon checks for that footman at the expo, and now there's not the pull is not happening at the expo. Wow. If Sok wants to creep that, he has to go without having pulled the camp, which makes it so much harder to creep. So now what does he do? Does he abort? Does he still go for it? He's being pressured by the Warden, but he already took off a bunch of the hit points from that Archmage.
Messy game, a little bit. Moon was running into the creeps. Nice detonate on that Water Elemental. Warden, good pressure on her, though. 2 footmen plus the Archmage damage. Warden has not much to work with and can be revealed here on this map thanks to the lab. So who's gonna get the big boy? Must go to the Archmage. Must go to Sok. Gets it. Item went off mana stealing. Nice against the Warden. Shadow Melt used again. Warden under pressure. Will he use the reveal? Footman all so low.
Yeah, Moon kills so much. Uses Shadow Melt again. He's trying to force a Revelation here. He's gonna kill one more Footman. Revelation is used. He's gonna wait till the last second before he Town Portal. 20 hit points. Can he get one more Peasant? I think so. And Moon, he's 2.7. He could do the Murloc camp and then re-attack, and he would have Fight of Knives level 2. He did use all of the Moon Juice here for his Warden, and he's not... Actually, well, a Moonwell just finished. He definitely should use that before he goes again, but he might feel like he has to go now because he saw that some of these units were very low. Sok has 2 footmen left. He lost so much while creeping this, thanks to the Detonate in particular.
That was incredible. Also, the archers were there at the perfect time, putting in so much damage. And Sok wants to get some time to breathe, trying to be annoying with the Archmage, but the Warden just says hello, throws a Shadow Strike into his face, and now he's on the run again. Moon complete dominance on map 1 so far.
Well, he buys the Mercenaries in the top left. Here's the thing about this map. The gold at the expansion is insane. Much more than on any other maps. You got 20k gold. So if you're even able to expand at all, even if you fall really far behind, usually you're still going to be having a chance because of how much gold there is. So that's why Moon is really going to commit towards aggression here. He bought the Forest Roll Shadow Priest, probably hoping to double Abolish one of the Water Elemental. There it is. That would be his level 3 right there. His golden ticket to maybe that first map win. He's not abolishing here for now, but Actually, that's a lot of piercing damage. The Arcane Tower is not done. I think he's gonna get a cancel. Oh my god.
Nice split attack, distracting on the right-hand side with the Warden and attacking with the Berserker and some archers at the expansion, but the Arcane is finishing now. One archer a little out of position, getting greeted by these footmen and more militia. This will, of course, delay the tech, but I guess it's worth it. We see double lures out of Moon, and Sock stopped the progress towards level 3.
Yeah, Creative Frog was blocking this archery for a second. I got worried, but the archer does make it out. And Moon, it seems like he's not willing to commit just yet. Like, if he went in now and lost everything, like especially like even just 2 or 3 archers, he would be falling very far behind. So he chose to play it safer and preserve his unit count, at least in the first place, before moving back in. The big question is, does he plan on expanding? No. He starts tier 3 immediately after those laws are on the way here. And he wants that level 3 really bad here. He's gonna finally get it. Fan of Knives level 2. No. He goes for Shadow Strikes level 2 to try and push back this Archmage.
Yeah, there's no boots. This might force a Town Ball. There's so much more mana on the Warden, and Sock can't really run away from it. You don't want to lose this level 3 Archmage. Ooh, Moon stopping for a second, losing track of this AM.
Yeah.
And the creeps are still up.
It's kind of hard to heal up though. Like, he's gonna have to wait for a very long time, like for that shop to finish to then use some regeneration. I think the creep might have denied one of those, or the Enchanter form might have denied one of those creeps. But yeah, one more item to pick up here for Moon. And then once there is daylight, you can buy a Zeppelin as well to be extra safe with the Archmage. Sock played a little greedy towards the main base. No Arcane Tower for a very long time, but he's against Shadow Strike level 2, so he should be able to get away with it. And we see a Shredder in the main base. Sock having been able to expand here. I feel like he's in a pretty good spot now. It's all about making sure he doesn't die to like some sort of one-base bear push, which Moon is definitely capable of doing.
He's on the way. Halfway to tier 3. We get Abolish as well for the Dryads, and Dryads in the hands of Moon is an absolute sick weapon, but we see some Zeppelin micro here off of Sock. Of course, one of the strong suits of Moon as well in the glory days. But he's buying time, and that's all he wants. Of course, there's this big push coming for Moon. You mentioned it. But until then, it's looking kind of good. He's playing very safe. He's healing up. He might be able to hold.
Yeah, they're starting to be... Oh, he surrounded the Dryads.
Yeah, super sweet play by Sock. Getting 2 units out and losing pretty much nothing thanks to the Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's something you can't let happen if you're Moon. I'm a little bit surprised he reacted this late. Probably didn't see the Zeppelin coming in from above the trees. He was focused on the Warden. That started a very weird one-on-one against the Shredder here. He's gonna get a cancel on that tower. I think if Moon does a one-base bear push here, he actually has a very good chance of being able to pull it off. Even though Sock's tech wasn't really super delayed, I guess Sock's plan against this, knowing that he's up against one base, is to get double Sanctum. I don't think you really go tanks here. You just drop double Sanctum, go Mountain King second most likely, and get a bunch of Sorceresses and Breakers. Like 2 Sorceresses to slow down the bear, Breakers to target the rest. Maybe get a couple Rifles as well to help against the Dryads, even though he doesn't have a Blacksmith yet. That's definitely an oversight. And level 4 reached by the Warden now.
Okay, how big is the potential of the base harass that we see so often from the Warden when she's jumping from expansion to main base?
I mean, to be honest, the main base of Sock has only 1 guard tower, so if Moon realized that, he could definitely go for the main base and start spamming those Fan of Knives. Oh my god, Sock went straight for tier 3.
Yeah.
That's so weird, against one base.
He must know that this bear push is coming, right? Pit
And there's a
Lord.
Pit Lord second.
What?
He's like, well, Happy started doing Pit Lord against Expo. Let me show you how to really use that guy.
It's really Rain of Fire, and it makes so much sense because he's kind of trapped there in the back. Towers can be cancelled by that as well. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and look, he's outside of the range of the Arcane Tower now. He's gonna spam those Rain of Fires, and peasants are gonna start dying left and right. Sock is not even using the Regen Scroll. He moves the peasants out of the way. He's losing so much Warden. He's taking a lot of damage. Moon needs to be careful not to lose that. That farm is blocking everything. He's finally gonna get that out of the way. Why on earth did Sock go tier 3? I really don't know here. I feel like double Sanctum, Rifle, Breaker, Priest, more like just tier 2 army with Mountain King second would allow him to have a better chance to hold against this, but now he's gonna lose so many units.
There was a sweet farm block here against the bear, though. But yeah, Pit Lord gets level 2. So we got Cleave. And that's more damage right here. Warden still not 5. And Sock survives. He's barely alive with 25 supply. But he did kill a couple of bears. And what do we get? Okay, casters and a workshop and a barracks. So knights, casters, mortars, I guess.
Yeah.
Moon is
Wait,
trying to
double
expand.
workshop.
Wait, what? Okay.
It seems like he might play similarly to how a lot of humans play on the Terran Ascent against Night Elf. You get like some knights, some breaker, and then you go for tanks as well. And you make it very hard for the Night Elf to react to this perfectly, because when you're playing against this kind of builds, you're always thinking, am I countering tanks or am I countering units? And in this case, it's both. So it's very, very hard to get the right amount of stuff to counter both precisely. But Moon, the fact that he's getting an expo up, he's already on 50 supply and he's leveled his heroes so well. I think like he's in a really good spot this game.
Okay, we'll see if Sok can survive even longer and get his army online. That's going to be his task. We see gunpowder upgrades for tanks, mortars, whatever, and it is the first tank immediately. And I like that because that will be buying more time. Moon is going for the push already. Okay, there is an engine of war at the what's supposed to be the expansion. That could be able to deal with it. But first he has to defend this.
Oh, he's gonna use illusion. Look at this. They're trying to bait some of the shots. Rain of Fire level 2 now.
Oh wow. Oh, that's so big.
luck.
Oh, that's so... That hurts.
The Warden wasn't paying attention for a sec. He can't use Rejuve too close to the breaker because that would be stolen, but Maltaki is only level 1. I'm surprised Moon didn't wait to buy a staff, but yeah, now he's gonna have the tree in position at the expo, and every time Moon's on 50, obviously he's gonna bank a little bit of gold, gets Nature's Blessing. That's so smart to get that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely necessary against tanks as well. So you see the first one, or is another one up already? No. But the Zeppelin sees the movement. Moon moves back, giving Sok more time. He has to creep this first. He has to enroute the expansion. That is some time for Sok now. He has triple hero. He has another Zeppelin, and that one is filled with the 2 tanks.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time. And look at this, Moon realizing that it's tanks. He's already getting a second Ancient of War at the expo. So that's going to be his way of staying at 50 supply and still being able to defend against the tanks. And I think Sok, does he drop the Moonwells or does he drop the gold mine here in the main base?
Dropping Moonwells would be really smart, right? To just keep Moon supply stuck and take away the mana regen.
Yeah.
He is doing some damage with Stormbolt, taking out the Berserker, and here comes the drop, and he does exactly what we want him to do. Go for the Moonwells. They are expensive, like compared to farms or burrows or whatever. It's the most expensive supply building there is. So taking that out is nice, and Moon not defending yet.
And the problem for Moon is that none of the mercenary camps have been cleared, so it's not like he can buy a Mud Golem. He has no wind, so he can't even go for... can he staff?
Talents.
Oh, actually, he didn't go for it. They can't even go for any talents either to try and reduce the armor on this tank. So he just has to leave bears to deal with it. But he lost, what, 2 Moonwells and a shop. That's kind of bad.
Oh, the Paladin falls in the middle. All right, was only level 1. Not the biggest deal. 800 gold. This was a great trade for Sok.
Yeah, he's going flying machines, though. I think because there is no Panda. It's like, okay, well, tanks are going to be countered. He's getting Ancient of War. So I've already killed some of the Moonwells. So I think the plan is to just go for flying machines, get gyro bombs, and then start harassing all over the place, maybe force some AP. And just kind of keep Moon busy defending against that, while he could start leveling his Tri-Hero a little more.
He has gyro bombs already, and it's kind of easy to move away from the Rain of Fire that could potentially hurt him. We have another Siege Engine drop again. And Moon is just... He keeps Moon busy. That's quite an accomplishment already, I feel. And I've been saying this for years. Just play mass gyrocopters against Night Elf. There's no solution.
Yeah, the Warden trying to defend here with the Orb. And on the expansion he defended, he repaired on time. It's annoying to have to repair a gold mine, but remember that it's free.
Yeah.
So it's not like it costs him anything. The fact that Moon now has Expo and he stayed on 50 supply, we see Sok moving back in to try and get that gold mine, but immediately Moon reacts and repairs. And that Wisp in the top left spots that there is a little bit of creeping going from Sok. He's going to stumble that Wisp, get the experience as well for it.
Okay, and we are getting closer and closer to the important levels. We had 4, we have 2.5, we had close to 2, and he's moving into a real army with knights.
Paladin. So, dudes, he has no staff. He already staffed something. Oh my god, the Pala.
Oh,
He's dead.
Stormbolt's an
5 seconds.
illusion. Feels bad, man.
1 second. Oh my god, he dies just before the staff came back up. But tanks and flying machines now walking on the main base. Sapper on the altar.
Wow. He holds it though. Not too sure why he's going for the altar and not for the Moonwolf. Maybe that was the original plan. Man, there's action everywhere. Moon is pushing towards the expansion, killing tons of peasants. Moving closer to level 6, which is of course almost a game-breaking level with the Warden. And what does Sok have to defend? Pretty much nothing.
Yeah, just it's not even tri-hero because the Pala dies. 2 heroes. The one breaker staff is still on. No, he just came back. Oof. Okay, so gonna be able to staff the mount tanking out, but that expo looks like it's dying. Sok going heavy on the counter attack on the other side.
It's a crazy base trade. Moon is supply stuck on 50. He is losing so many Moonwells. Flying machines still untouched, but Moon is remaking a lot of Moonwells here at the expansion, which is still standing. Shredder in the fight now, but he's just right-clicking on the Town Hall now.
Yeah, Moon has no town portal, interestingly.
Does he have a Zeppelin? No, right?
Knight coming in. I think he's not too worried about taking a fight, but he can't town portal to help against those flying machines, and he's losing a Moonwell right now.
Okay. What a crazy game! We see more tanks. Sok is creating new challenges all the time. He's going for a couple of tanks. Okay, that is defended by Moon. That cost you some resources. I'm switching to flying machines. You have to find a counter for that. I'm switching to knights.
Moon already staffed something, so if this pit lord had been surrounded here, it might have died. Sok's on the chase. 61 supply. He broke upkeep. He's smelling blood in the water. He thinks he can kill Moon, even though his army still has a bunch of flying machines in it. This bear very low. He knows that he killed a lot of the Moonwells as well, and he sees that that Warden is out of mana. He's like, that's my cue.
That's level 2.
There's a one of mana stealing. If Sok overcommits and loses a lot here, he could be in trouble, but he should be looking to try and at least trade a little bit. Warden's gonna come in. You need to make sure not to feed level 6 to that one either.
Oh, dodges the Shadow Strike. Really nice. I love the farm on the left-hand side, by the way, so if he attacks the expansion, he always knows when Moon is engaging.
Enough fire being used, but that's gonna miss mostly on almost everything. Sok 65 supply now. He's feeling strong enough to push through this, and this is the tricky part. Moon overreacted to the tanks now.
Yeah.
There was only a few tanks made. He started making Enchanter Force everywhere. He stayed at 50. He lost Moonwells. And because of that, then flying machines found damage, and then now this Nightbreaker army seems uncounterable because he just fell too far behind. He committed to the counter aggression. Sok defended just barely enough. And now tanks. There is again tanks on the expo.
Yep.
Now that he's cleared out a lot of these Enchanter Force.
Oh, Warden in super trouble as well. Big hammer to the head. Saves her for now at 30 HP. But Moon is in a world of trouble. No answers to all these challenges anymore. The flying machines can take out the Wisp, the siege tanks, take out the tree. And how can Moon come back from this without a level 6 Warden? I don't think he can.
He needs to get some hero kills. There's the one staff now that's been used, but this mount tanking is so scary with Stormbolt level 2. You can't just go in there and fight this guy. So Moon, he's gonna let the expansion go. He's on 54 supply. As soon as the main base mines out, I guess he's gonna move that to the expo. And from now, it's got to be a super defensive game from him. That's the only way. But Sok is incredibly ahead. And he's still got camps left to creep. He could go for the shop on the right side and get Pala level 3 there.
And that's the thing with Amazonia. Like, usually at that stage of the game, when the main bases are mined out, you say, okay, Warden is close to 6. She might get level 6 just with peasants. And then what do you do? But on Amazonia, there's still 14k in the gold mine now, which is absolutely insane. There's no pressure on Sok at all. He's taking out the gold mine.
That was a really sick game by Sok. Honestly, I was questioning the choice to go for tier 3, but he pulls it off and Moon has to tap out in game number 1 here.
Masterclass in human tactics by Sok right here. Really, really well done. Remo.
Great game by Sok. Moon trying his hand at the Warden. We heard him say it before. He says the Keeper doesn't work anymore. Demon Hunter on AZ, one of the few maps that it can work, but didn't try that. He tried for the Warden and it looked pretty good. The early game for the Warden was alright. By the way, His archer micro, the kiting against the footy in the early was just beautiful. I saw that and I was like, Foggy, please do it like this. But the transition in the late game, I think this is where perhaps Moon needs a bit more experience with the Warden. The counter expansion, wasn't that way too late? Shouldn't he have gone 2 Dryads for the slow and map control, then right into counter expo? It's not what he did. He went 2 Dryads into Bears, into like 45, 50 supply, and then counter expo. Seemed pretty late. And the Pit Lord second, cool idea. Rain of Fire definitely helped out against the expansion. But the Warden was level 4 kind of quick. Shouldn't you play her solo, look for more kills, get a few creep camps, maybe get level 5, and then retrain Blink Fan Harass? Isn't that just as effective as Rain of Fire? Might it not even be better?
Yeah, Pit Lord doesn't scale really well, I think, later in the game, compared to like a Tinker, especially against this style. A Tinker might have been a lot better against like tanks with cluster rockets. A Panda obviously would have been amazing as well, but maybe Moon read very late into what was happening exactly. But yeah, the Pit Lord's weird. When you go for it, I was like, okay, well, he's just gonna push nonstop starting now. But it was Sok that had the correct reaction of forcing Moon back all the time with those tanks, then those flame machines. Like Sok really mastered those transitions perfectly. Like to go from tanks into flame machine, then into Knight and Breaker at the right time, and he broke upkeep at the perfect time as well.
Yeah, Remo, what do you think about these flying machines? No reaction? No? Nothing? Not even a little?
They are not quite uncounterable, but in that game, they looked alright. Yeah, but Panda second, of course, is usually the answer you want to play against that, but that's a very different strat. You can't just go Panda, level 1 aggression against the Expo. That doesn't work. So he would have had to creep. He would have had to play it longer. But okay, map 1, the books. Again, the underdog gets the 1-0 lead here for Sok. If this is going to be another 3-0, I'm going to shave off my eyebrows, though. Wouldn't be the first time.
Wouldn't be the first time, indeed. Okay, guys, that was map number 1. Of course, Moon, with all the experience, he will have different tactics to use and different challenges for the challenger. We move on to Last Refuge now, Todd. What kind of game can we expect?
It really depends what Moon's state of mind is going into this series. There's a chance he might just want to be playing Warden heavy. Like we saw that Terna stand was not vetoed, actually. So let's see, I guess.
Indeed, let's see. And here we go. In the bottom left-hand side of Last Refuge. 1-0 down. It's Moon. His opponent, once again, continuing to have the weeks of his Warcraft life for the Africa Freaks. It's Sok.
It seems like he knows what style he wants to play against Elf, and he really pulled that off super well last game. I don't think he was doing particularly amazing up to a certain point, but like once that castle tech kicked in, he knew exactly what to attack and when. And like in this kind of game, like you look at this game, it's like, all right, well, this looks ridiculously hard to counter. But here's the thing about what Sok did last game is that if there is one single like Moonwell that he attacks, like, you know, instead of attacking the Moonwell correctly or the Gold Mine, he attacks an Ancient of War instead, we're looking at a very different game. It was the perfect right amount of snowball that he had last game, where he attacked everything he needed to be attacking every time.
Yeah, he's really good with that style. We see this on Terraner stand a lot, that he, like, the timing he has with tanks is exceptional. And there was a time when he was, like, first joined the upper part of the competitive scene where we called him King Cancer because he played tanks against everything. But yeah, why not? Hero-wise, we have the same matchup. Moon is playing Warden on LR.
It seems to be the way he wants to go about Night Elf versus Human now. Like we talked about how the Keeper didn't really seem that viable anymore. Everybody figured out how to play exactly against it. It's also a map with a mercenary camp, so you can even see Sok creeping that first here. He's going for the pull. So against the Keeper, he would be doing pretty well. And look at his second shot of war, the shop here for Moon. Ooh. So he's looking to power level this Warden and then start harassing. And when you go double enchanter 4 like this, if you see the opponent fast expanding, you also have an opportunity to sometimes drop a Huntress Soul and go for mass tier 1 as well.
Yeah, I wonder if he dropped the second engine of war when he saw that the pull is happening, or if it just was a coincidence, because the timing window was like a second or something.
Yeah. I think you can go for it by default regardless. Obviously, it's going to delay your tech a little bit, but it gives you an opportunity to react as well. He's going for the Footman. Like, this lines up pretty well because you see his second Enchanter 4 wasn't like super fast or anything. He made second Moonwell first. But that's going to be denied by the creeps here. And he's sending 3 Wisps forward, so maybe similar aggression to last game. Okay, maybe that's 2 repair actually. But Moon should be thinking about an expansion here already.
He does have the resources soon. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes for that. We don't see a Huntress Hall anywhere, so at the moment it's just archers. But
Yeah.
just archers might be... yeah, I mean, they're very, very strong tier 1 units.
I meant he should be thinking about an expansion from Sock, not
Ah,
for
okay.
himself. Yeah, I don't think he'll expand himself. But he does tech, so nothing like a Huntress Soul.
Yeah, that surprises me. He loves his Huntress. He loves his AP pushes. But
How is he gonna get level 3 though? Because he's not gonna get it from that camp here.
that's the problem of LR, isn't it?
Yeah, he could go for one of the green camps, but that's just gonna slow him down a lot. Maybe he buys a staff now and then he staffs near the expo. Moon hasn't really even scouted the expo of Sock now.
Is he moving
And
that
mercenaries against Warden is a little bit weird. Like we talked about how they give extra experience. You really want to be careful against the Warden not to feed experience.
So the better solution would be more footmen?
Yeah, just not mercenaries necessarily. I think the Forestral Shadow Priest is okay. You can buy that guy. He's gonna heal you a bunch. But the Troll Berserker definitely unusual against the Warden Archer. Like he doesn't do exactly like a ton of damage, that to the point where like you need it. And look at this, a Wisp almost went to the main base of Sock and he reacted instantly with Militia, knowing that there could be a Warden staffing inside. Moon's gonna pressure with Warden level 2 only. And he's gonna creep. Look at this, the Enchanter 4 in the meantime.
I was about to say this. He's creeping this. Super sneaky. I think we saw this during WGL once. This does take a lot of time, but the Warden is a good space creator for a while. Sock is trying to figure something out. Where are you? What are you doing? What is your plan? But the
He's
footman
sending something
can't
to the
report.
lab. So he's gonna scan, I think, maybe.
Are under attack.
Oh, Sock realizes what's happening. Oh my god, that's...
Wow.
He ran there, but then Moon realized that was happening, so he aborted the creeping. And now he's moving in position with the archers to maybe try and snipe something, or he's like thinking about it at least.
Archmage can... Wait, yeah. Did
He
get
stole
the
the
staff.
staff away!
Get the staff, gets the dust. This is really nice. Really rare to see that a player reads Moon like this and exposes
Yeah.
him
Player's
almost.
forces are
It's
under
not even about him having the staff, he's just stole it away from the Warden. Which, when you have a Warden, you need a staff. Obviously, there is 2 shop and Moon could go to the other one, but that would take time as well. Which right now, it feels like he doesn't have.
Yeah, the second engine of war feels a little useless. Of course, you got the shop creep, but you want more value off of this. The second engine of war is also not moving towards the mercenary camp, so... There's something missing, and that level 3 is so important. There was an end snare, there's an archer kill. If you trade that 1-for-1, it's good for Sock again. And this feels like an AZ game almost, where Warden and Naga have to do something big very, very
Yeah.
soon.
Okay, Moon, even though he went for a Huntress Soul, is massing archers right now. This is so weird. He's getting improved bows. It's about to finish.
Is he building engines of war with these 2 wisps, or are they just for detonating?
He might. I think maybe he's getting desperate. Nothing has been going his way. Oh, the first detonates wasn't there. The Wisp just died. This is so bad. It's looking really terrible now for Moon. Shop starting at the expo for Sock. He's been mining for quite a bit. He's already started tech as well.
Okay.
Gets level
That's
3
nice.
finally, but there's the Arcane Tower.
Yeah, what can it really do? It's not going to tier 3. Stays on tier 2. Doesn't get bonus experience. He can't bank on the level 6. Ghost Fan of Knives now tries to spam it. But shop is almost done.
Oh, you need to kill that shop, I think.
Yeah.
Even once you regen scroll at the back would be huge. He's sending in the Wisp. Moon is gonna commit to this here. He's got so many archers. Warden coming in. He still has a mana, one of mana stealing.
There's no defend, right? No, Sock
Yeah,
should
yeah.
definitely get defend.
You could buy a lot of mercenaries. There it is. Gets the Ogre Mauler. Muddy as well is gonna join the fight. There's a big timer on this strategy here by Moon.
Yeah.
It's really gonna start losing power soon. The creeps at the shop, at the Goblin Merchant, wake up and start attacking like this archer, which was, I'm guessing, rallied through them.
Oh boy. I'm super curious that Sock is not going for defend. This should be the hard counter.
The Ancient of War Brutes taking a lot of damage.
Oh no. Okay, now comes in. Needs more levels, needs more experience, needs better spells. Sock is scouting the main base. He's okay. There's only now lures. He has plenty of time. That was a big investment by Moon. He's giving up on the push that cost him so much. He can soak up the map now with the archers, I believe. But it's hard to make a choice.
Going into today, everybody expected Infi and Moon to make the semifinals, and then we would see them tomorrow. But it's looking more and more like it might be focused against Sock.
It's a new dawn. It's a new age, man.
Warden finally finding some good damage onto those mercenaries. Got the healing scroll as well.
Moon is sacrificing some archers against the tower. I think that's pretty smart. So the Warden can dive in now without losing too much mana.
That is a lot of archers and a lot of experience for the Warden to gain here. Alchemy is going to join the fight. I think you almost want to go, I guess, Acid Bomb against this many archers? Maybe a Panda would have been better even. The one healing scroll is going to use that.
It feels so good. Okay, did Moon find the one way back? Another Mauler. Another Shadow Priest. This, yeah, no Acid Bomb is quite surprising. But Heal Spray also very good. No Dispel. And no
So
Disable.
probably is looking at his army, he's like, what is this? Is this 300? Okay.
Well, he knows the feel, right? From game 1.
The
Town
Alchemist
Portal out.
is
Needs
gonna
a
take so
potion.
much damage. And he's gonna go down before the Town Portal goes off. So Town Portaling on the right side here.
And now comes Huntress. He's making a late tier 2 Huntress transition, at least for a little bit.
And he's going double, actually, lore plus shot behind this here is Moon. It's almost like a Sonic-esque attack.
This is madness.
Moon's gonna have to TP maybe. He's gonna wait till the last second Shadow Strike onto the Mauler. Town Portal with 16 hit points, and he's gonna kill as many units as he can before that.
He got...
Gets the Shadow Priest.
That was sick. He got the Shadow Priest, he got the Mauler, and he got a Berserker. All during the Town Portal.
Sock in a wall of trouble. I think I don't know if he got too comfortable, but it's so awkward, right? You're playing against mass archers. Like, when do you ever face this? If you try to go for mass footman defense, Fan of Knives will wreck you. So Moon is somehow pulling this off. I really thought he was out of it, but no, he did so much damage. The farm is spotting. Actually, if the Wisp detonates on the creeps, I think the creeps might kill the farm after that.
Miss.
The Archmage just missed like 10 shots in a row.
I really question the fact that the defense was so late. It was so incredibly late. Could have helped a ton, but alright. We get rifles now against the Huns. This tower might or might not survive. Doesn't look too good at the moment. Crazy. Is Moon really breaching this?
There's still the one healing scroll. Militia are gonna come in, but there's Fan of Knives available as well. Alchemy is taking a ton of damage. He's gonna go down. He's got the one potion. Gonna use that at the last second. He's trying to pull back. And the Militia are going straight for the archers at the back, but now it's Night Moon with the perfect micro. Shadow mails the one archer.
But this is so much experience now. The ward is close to 5! Unbelievable comeback from Moon.
Good, Moon saves everything. He sent 2 archers back, the one hunt on low hit points as well. Shadow melding everything he needs to. And Sock just doesn't have the units at this stage. He keeps on remaking peasants on the expo, but sorry to tell you, brother, but these are gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even an Ancient of War came to the expo.
He had some time, right, to make it from the shop here. This feels like a little bit like the Michael Jordan documentary when he was poked by an opponent and then became like 50% 1% stronger than he already was. This is Moon right here. Losing map 1, the first idea not working out too well, and then unleashing his full potential.
What about the Air Moon? When are those coming in the shoe stores? $50 supply for Moon, 38 for Sock. The forest is alive and inside of his expo now. That Shelter 4 is so deep. He's gonna come in from the other side. He's got Dryads coming in. The first one is there with Abolish. One of these hunts will go down, but the Warden is coming back with the revenge. Double mana potion! And almost level 5.
There's still no tier 3, right? No, it's still only Tree of Ages. But yeah, Sock is also not going tier 3 this game.
Level 5 Warden is waiting for it. That's gonna hurt. Goes for one fan of nice first. There's still a double mana potion on that Warden. And Sock is gonna be losing a lot here. He's trying to get the holds. He finally built up a good caster and rifle army. These Enchanter Force are doing a lot of tanking actually. It's crazy.
They eat so much. They got Nature's Blessing as soon as he can get it. And so much attention. He could go for the Dryads to give a lot of experience. Could go for the hunts. But, oh my god, again, 4 units here. And it's GG. Moon is back in the series and ties it up.
And I keep my eyebrows, thank goodness. I was starting to get a little bit worried over there when Moon just was washing against the shore like a wave against rock and nothing would come off. But over time, he wore it down, that damn rock, with a lot of archers. Reminded me of when I was playing They Are Billions. That's a RTS zombie survival game where I just would make like 30 archers and run across the map and it's just arrows flying everywhere. And the answer is, yes, you can push a human expansion after all with mass, but not mass hunts. It's mass archers. They're just way better.
Well, the hunts were helping a little bit as well to do the transition to tier 2, but yeah. That was pretty impressive. Can he start a streak now? And can he get 3 in a row? We're gonna see after a little break. Back from the break we are. Neo remote taught for DreamHack Summer Asia, powered by Monster Energy. Helps us through the day for sure. Did Sock take one as well? He might need it now because Moon looked as if he turned into the 6th gear or something throughout Last Refuge.
Yeah, with a really unusual strategy. We see very clearly Moon is moving away from the keeper. I always felt like on LR, he was probably the only Night Elf who had a really good keeper strat. Keeper, Counter Expo, Panda, and then Battle for and prevent the third base. That looked really good. I was kind of expecting return to the keeper, but no. Moon completely abandons him and goes towards the Warden with what looked like a risky strat. Warden, Archer, Naga push. There's definitely a timer on that. That's definitely all in for the most part. But he made it work. He broke through, and now we're down to a best of 3.
Oh,
And I think the mercenaries were a big point in that. We talked about them. That's part of why he didn't go for defense, you know? If you're only on, let's say like you're playing a non-mercenary camp map and you're going for a lot of footmen, there's much more incentive to go for defense. But now it's like defense not going to affect the Troll Berserker, the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. So I think that's why he didn't go for defense. He probably felt like he had enough with the ranged units. But like I said, like Troll Berserker against Archers and Warden doesn't really do a lot. And it also feeds experience once it starts dying. So Moon stayed patient. I was questioning it, but guess what? He broke through. He was correct, and now we're headed to Conceal Hill, a map where it's very hard to level a Warden. So I wonder, does he still go Warden? And if so, how does he creep it?
Yeah, that would be kind of unheard of. CH and Warden.
It can be done, but it's just very, very difficult to do properly. And I expect Stock obviously will scout and see what's happening, and then he can react accordingly.
Alright.
You can play one base as well against Warden on this map too. We saw a lot of expansion from Sock so far, but does he still go for it? That's also a big question.
Yeah, the camp is really hard. This time we have Zeppelins available, maybe. Is there a chance for Sock to change the first hero? I'm curious. We'll see in just a minute and a half here on CH. There we go. We got Moon in the upper right. We got Sock in the bottom left. So is there an option even for Sock to move away from the Archmage?
Well, to be honest, Archmage first is supposed to be the standard, but we saw that Chemico and Sock, they don't always adhere to that, and occasionally they'll go for like stuff like Mountain King first. On this map, though, there is fountains. I think it would be very hard to pull off. Personally, so I think he should definitely be sticking to the usual Archmage. And then the question will only remain whether it's an expansion or not. You don't see too many players going for the lab quickly on this map, like everybody kind of knows how you can punish that. So I think it's just going to be the small orange camp near their base on each side to start with.
That would be the norm, but are these players the norm? We'll see about that. Sock, first hero choice, Archmage, Moon, Keeper of the Grove, he's back!
At least on this one map.
At least on this one map, indeed. It is Moon's pick, though.
Yeah. I think it makes sense on this map. Like, it's going to give you some good map control. You can pressure an expansion very nicely with Trance as well. And you can pull that creep in the center, which can be game decisive sometimes. You know, even entangle it if you need to, kill it, get that big item. So not too surprised. I think Warden, like I said, is very, very hard to pull off on this map. Obviously, you can try it, but it seems like a lot of humans, they would know exactly how to counter perfectly. And Moon didn't feel like trying that out here on Conceal Hill. And I mean, obviously, it's Moon, right? It's not like he plays a keeper on this map and we're like, oh my god, he's out of his comfort zone. No, he could play any hero and really, really well at that. Does he go Trance? Doesn't look so. So he's probably hoping a footman will scout him so he can double entangle it and start with level 2.
And
he might be right in
that.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he doesn't go for it.
No, footman moves away. Okay.
That's kind of weird.
But he saw it, right?
Yeah, he hasn't selected a spell yet. Actually, on the keeper. He's just delaying that as much as possible.
There is a wisp on the left-hand side, but no water elemental to detonate, really. Got 3 farms, not 4. Militia's been called.
Yeah, double wisp is on the way. I think Moon was almost trying to downplay what he was doing here.
Player's forces are
Like
under
he
attack.
didn't use trance, he didn't use entangle, and he was like almost trying to lure Sock into a sense of security where he can creep the expo easily. But now double wisp is gonna come in. Those detonates are gonna start happening. And once the water elementals are gone, those peasants and footmen are gonna take so much damage. Moon is looking to come in and finish off everything. So Sock realizes that. He's gonna eject, but he's gonna get chased down and lose more and more units here.
Ouch. It's gonna be painful. Sock trying to deny. Doesn't really work. We got level 2 now. We got plenty of mana. And the right clicks aren't too bad either with the circle. That's another peasant kill. That's another peasant kill. That's a footman kill. Archers here backing this off. Oh, this is painful.
Are under attack.
Yeah, this is sick. Because now the creep wasn't finished on the expo. Look, the archer is gonna spot perfectly that he's going right back there.
So beautiful.
And Moon behind this, he's starting his own tree of life. He's gonna be able to intercept some of those units, looking for one entangle here. And he has some potential as well to maybe finish one of those creeps, even though it's kind of unlikely we'll get the all of us here. But if you can even get just a bunch of peasants here, this is really gonna wreck the wood economy of Sock. Look at this. He has 2 peasant on wood inside of his main base. That's nothing.
That's absolutely nothing, yeah. And he continues to lose his army. He puts some damage on the keeper, but that can easily be healed thanks to fountains and, of course, moonwells. Item isn't the greatest either. Crystal Ball should be used for a reveal at the normal expansion positions, I guess. But it's easy to say. We all know what's happening here. Moon also attacking. Hunter's Hall coming. The game is not gonna be much easier for Sock in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, Moon bought a staff and staff home, and look at this. Crystal Ball perfectly on top of that keeper. And he sees Moon move in a position where he's going to creep the turtles here. That's because you want to rush that level 3. Like, if you know that you're up against an expansion, getting that level 3 and then you got a choice between Trance level 2 or Entangle level 2. Both are extremely strong against a quick expansion because then you can put on more damage. Ideally, you want to kill more peasants. But Sock does get level 3 himself, and I think the pressure will start from here. It starts the Arcane tower at the expo. And that camp should not be giving him Moon level 3, I think. He's going to be very close, though.
Yeah, that's one more creep, one more green, or a couple more footmen that he can easily get. So, how do you keep Moon busy? How do you force him to drain his resources?
Yeah, I think you pressure the main base.
Yeah, I think so too. The best thing that could be happening is killing the Ancients of Lore, but Moon already building them super far in the north, so it's hard for Sock to reach.
He's gonna have Entangle level 2, that's the thing. Or like, I don't know if he goes Entangle level 2. Oh my god, he gets the pendants.
It's
if he
Entangle.
Drops that's a lot of Entangles here potentially.
And the circlet as well. Okay, Sock is trying to snipe the lores. That's a key moment in this game. Losing one footman, but would be worth it. And he gets one.
Yeah, can he get the second one? Where's the detonate on that water elemental?
Coming.
He detonated his own keeper, by the way. That was a bit of a mistake. Okay. Oh my god, he removed the entangle. Moon, what's going on? You're supposed to be better than this. Get one more footman. And the expo wasn't cleared completely, by the way.
Yeah, he lured out the big null, but the rest is still there. Sock sees it. Creeps woken up, and they don't like buildings next to their gold mine. And another footman, a rogue footman in the base, putting some more pressure on the lores.
I think if he had mana on the Archmage, maybe he would staff there and make a Water Elemental and kill those lores. But yeah, that footman's about to kill a Wisp in the main base. Moon reacts. Maybe make a Moonwell. He gets a Naga to help defend against this. The tree at the expo is taking a lot of damage. And he gets scanned. Keeper is also taking a lot of damage himself.
Okay. Sock weathers the storm. Was it the right call by Moon to stay passive and on his side of the map? I think he had to at that point.
A town is under siege. Forces are under attack.
Yeah, Moon emptied the Moonwells just before day. And Sock's actually going for the tree. The creeps are helping him.
How are these creeps still alive?
Yeah, Sock hit the perfect timed attack in the main base.
Now we got a lot of crowd control on this Archmage. Moves away before the Entangle can reach. Once again, very well done. Moon has the Ancient
Archmage!
Oh.
A player's forces are under
Oh,
attack.
It's a racehorse.
That's a good one. Give this horse an extra carrot tonight.
Hey, Moon now as the double lore is going to a lot of Dryads. He gets scanned again with the crystal ball. That crystal ball actually came in pretty handy to scout everything. And defend is on the way this time. So realizing that it's going to be archers and Dryads, it's so smart. Like, right, you scout the main base, you see double lore producing and Night Elf still on tier 2. It's like, okay, well, footmen and Dryads, what's good against that? Footmen defend.
That's gonna be an interesting dynamic, right? Like, Moon has definitely power spikes coming with Dryads and Archers, but then there's a longer period of, like, his strength not rising until he gets Mountain Giants. And maybe Sok can punish this.
If Moon can clear out the fountains and take it to the late game, obviously Giants are amazing because they heal a lot at the fountain. But it's still very tricky to face a big 80 supply of army of the human, whether it's a tier 2 or tier 3 army. It's still a very difficult thing to do, but in this game, level 4 Keeper is working on leveling his Naga. Moon definitely did some things right, but Sok bought a ton of time while the expo was being taken. And look at this. Sanctum on the way, and he's pumping out rifles. So I think Sok wanted to make sure he had units to work with here in the mid game because he knows he's going to be pressured.
Yeah.
But the Mountain King is not out yet and he's about to be attacked.
Okay, that might be... There is 3 more losses. Moon finding a wonderful timing. Even uses the fault lighting to speed things up here. Archmage is slowed, has no staff. Is able to run away from this though, but that is pretty much Sok's entire army.
Yeah, he was hiding the rifles away. I like that, but maybe he should have ran away earlier or something. Probably not TP out just for a few footmen, but he fed a little bit more experience here. We see Naga almost level 3 now from Moon, so he's got Sok severely out-leveled. Sok went for a workshop in the main base, so it's just Barracks, Sanctum, Workshop. You don't have woods for a second workshop just yet. So just a tier 2 army. If Moon goes for Giants, he's going to have this army very heavily countered. But to be honest, I like the workshop shows knowing that it's going to be a lot of Dryads.
Also might help against the bear drop with Zeppelins or something. But this is not that likely to happen. I like the quick tier 3. He's queuing some upgrades, stays on 50 supply, playing this pretty smart economically. How fast can he get these mortars out? First one needs to shoot his way out, second one coming. And there is no Nature's Blessing. So a very dedicated rifle mortar push, could it take out the expansion and then you portal away?
I don't think Moon would let that happen. I think he would react very quickly if that happens. Looking to try and secure the middle here. He's got Sok so out-leveled. Like, Sok just has no woods. He can't even get a second Sanctum. He's just pumping out this tier 2 army. Try and counter the Dryads. But yeah, the Ogre Lord will go to Moon here. And he gets a claws plus 12. And he does have a staff here, so don't worry too much about that Naga. She's gonna be alright.
Oh, the mortar though. Nice damage on the Dryads.
Oh, there's no Dispel. He never queued Adept training on the Priest.
True. Also, no long rifles. There's definitely upgrades missing here. The greatest thing at the moment are the mortar teams that create some space.
Yeah, but Moon should just dodge these shots. A little bit reckless here. Moving back in position with the Dryads. The creeps really help Sok a lot, actually. But one more rifle and one more priest could die. No! The Entangled expired.
Alright. Sok and upkeep. Now the castle tech. Long rifles done, Dispel queued. Army is getting better again. So the lab is probably next. And then he gets level 2, level 4. And more upgrades. It's not over.
Yeah, Moon's getting 1-1 upgrades. He's finally got Giants. We see Hardened Skin on the way as well. And behind this, he's going to get Druid of the Claw Adept training. So it's not like he's going to get triple Giant and then just mass Dryads. He knows that he's up against Mortar, so more Bears would make more sense. I wonder if he might add a third hero, and then which one would be right against this army. If you know that there is no Breaker, players like Sonic always would add something like a Pit Lord third. But I wonder here, it feels like, you know, a Pit Lord level 1, would it really add this much? I mean, I think against this army, it can work, to be honest. But Moon for now, not going to prioritize that. He wants to get to a lot of Bears to support his army. He's getting a third Giant.
Forces are under attack.
Howl of Terror is pretty sick, but there is the spell now. And
I think you go Rain of Fire against this army. If you had to go for a Pit Lord. That's how Sonic does it, at least.
Is it a wise choice to follow Sonic's path, though?
Well, he might be a little too Davai to most people's liking, but he does some things really, really smart. And I think Sonic against the tier 2 army is a very scary player with that move when he goes for the Pit Lord third. But we'll see. Moon for now still staying on 2 heroes. I really think there is some merits to... You should at least consider adding a third one. But it's usually not the priority at this stage necessarily.
Yeah, thing is, his heroes are not scaling really well.
Yeah.
Keeper Ultimate is kind of nice, but can't be stopped. Naga, Fort Lightning 3 is kind of cool, but also not the most amazing stuff compared to Archmage and Mountain King. So the level 5s of the existing heroes aren't too crazy. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, I don't know if Moon realizes that Sok stayed tier 2 for this long. Maybe that's why. But against the tier 2 army and no breakers, like imagine even Rain of Fire level 1 against this army can be really good. He has Fort Lightning level 2. Damn it. Sok is sealed off everywhere. Look at those trends in the expo. No entry for you guys. And that was the main earlier. That was the same in the main base.
That's pretty sick. He had to
Frag
open it at one
shots.
point.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Inner Fire, Frag Shards, Paladin, Animal War Train. Sok is not ready to fight at the moment, but still getting something done. I start to like his position, just like on AZ.
Yeah, that's because he has 80 supply here, so he doesn't really... Like, he can fight for a little bit and then TP out if it's not going so well. And his target fire potential is huge. This is a bad timing for Moon to fight, actually. Because he still should be getting a ton of bears behind this and more upgrades. And look at this. Sok kills as much as he can, then TPs out.
Alright. We have double orb on the Keeper, by the way. Not sure if it stacks that well on one hero. But slot starved this Moon.
You should give that to the Naga, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. And that was exactly the time that Sok needed for his upgrades. Like, Frag Shards is a massive deal. Inner Fire is a massive deal.
Sok found True Shot, by the way. Like, he's blessed.
Yeah. That's
the best thing he could have found.
So not much left on the map. Feels like Moon is getting ready as well. We're at 80-80. We're kind of maxed out.
Yeah, Moon has some great sieging potential himself. They might just base trade a little bit weirdly here. I think if Moon gets his Expo attacked in a sec, which he will, he might just down portal out immediately. But those giants, they also could do a lot of damage to the Expo. So look at this, he builds a lumber mill in front. So he's anticipating the attack. He's like, I'll make you town portal, and if you attack mine, you'll be blocked.
That is so smart. There's not much surface area. Of course, it's easy to siege with mortar teams. Moon portals. This might be the fight of the game, guys, and the fight for the lead in this series. Super aggressive. MK goes for clap, though. He was in the middle of absolutely everything. AoE on both sides is pretty crazy. These rifles seem a little lost, getting caught and trapped by taunt.
Yeah, Moon needs wisps here. Against Inner Fire, you need some wisps in the fight, even if it's just 2 or 3. Mountain King took a ton of damage here to start the fight with, but those mortars are going to town. +2 attack, True Shot, Inner Fire, Dryads are melting left and right. Moon struggling against this army. And the wisp coming in, but is it too late?
Moon is usually the John Travolta of Dryad dancing, but his beat is certainly off today. Not dancing anymore, not dodging. Everything splatters to pieces. Night Elf sees himself at 64, of course, trying to rebuild this army. Question for Sok now, how does he break through these mountain giants?
Another Fort Lightning is gonna land here. He's really trying to score some of these mortar kills. He doesn't really need to deal with the giants, to be honest. He can just kill everything else and just kind of leave the giants on their own. Mountain King gets level 4. Another clap forward here. Moon's trying to finally clear this army out. He's going to force the town portal out, and then he can use the fountain. Fort Lightning kills a lot of units here before the town portal goes through. Moon left at 70 supply against the 76 of Sok now.
Moon has so much queued in this one lore. He has 1 bear, 2 dryads, 1 MG. This is so nuts.
He needs Fairy Dragons, though.
He has
really,
a wind
really
up.
badly. And Keeper level 6 would also be a big help.
This late game is gonna be nothing but amazing. What's the
So I
item
guess
situation?
he turns off Frozen Arrow, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he just uses Fort Lightning
Yeah.
like all the time. It's kind of smart.
Yeah, you use the Orb of Venom for even more damage. The crowd control on single target isn't that important anymore in that stage of the game.
Yeah. Moon probably sees in the center he has a wisp.
Yeah.
He sees one scout tower on the way. He's probably thinking I might joke to you.
You don't do that to me, kid. Send some treants in to cause some distractions. So multitasking is becoming really important now.
Player's forces are under
For
attack.
vision, for establishing on the high ground. Night Elves love it with the Tree of Eternity. Humans can fortify this, but oh, this is nice. Treants from the back. And they will take, like, he floods them with trees.
Fairy Dragons could be the winning move here, because you're
They're
super
coming.
reliant on Dispel and Inner Fire, and in this case even Slow. So Fairy Dragons are going to be insane, because there's not even that many rifles to try and kill them either. They have a lot of armor, but they're well set up. So it's so smart by Moon to add that. This is really what he was missing, I think, in the last fight, and he still did okay.
I like the fact that Sock held on to his Greater Mana Potion. Clap is really dangerous now, but the Fairy Dragon pretty much perfect position, but the rifle number is enough. Here come the Dispels. They were lacking in the first fight. These are massive! And even though the fairies are out, they did damage and caught some attraction.
Yeah, he actually YOLO'd a little too hard, I think, with the Fairy Dragons. Send them right in the middle of everything. So now that they've been sniped, those priests, they can do a lot with these spells, with Inner Fire, Mountain King at the front doing a ton of damage. Still got the Greater Mana. And True Shot putting in work as well with this massively ranged army. Did Moon overextend here? Down to 70 supply against 78. He might have to pull back in a second. Still has the Town Portal.
The damage is so sick. It's so crazy. Still the Greater Mana Potion. Has to be careful. Invo Potion on this Mountain King. He cannot lose this Mountain King. It's a big source of crowd control, but Sock claims the hill. Craving for some more kills. Shouldn't overextend. Reinforcements should be coming from Moon, I guess.
And
But he has
Sock-
had enough.
Yeah, he might be smelling blood in the water here. He barely lost anything. He still has a lot of healthy units. Pala is getting closer and closer to level 3. He's expanding while pushing.
Yep.
That's how comfortable he is. He's like, yo, you want to go to the fountain? All right, I'll just push you and force you to Town Portal back home. Moon needs to remake those Fairy Dragons. I really think he shouldn't have YOLO'd the way he did it with them.
Yeah, on the left-hand
went way
side, the
too deep.
trees would have been better, probably. Arcane Tower number 1 is up. He definitely needs more. Makes it to the shop. Heal scroll, I guess. Oh, scroll of protection used. He really wants to continue brawling.
Yeah, those trends in the middle actually killing a bunch of the peasants. Wisps coming kind of on their own. That's weird.
Town is under siege.
Keeper, it feels like he barely got any experience in that last fight.
Yes.
Like Moon didn't kill much. It is more Wisp. Oh my god, he has no Wisp.
Against the protection scroll, against Inner Fire. Oh, the frag shards! Look at the Dryads! As long as you can.
Oh, he didn't staff.
Wow,
happened?
Naga just dead.
This might be big game here. I don't know how he recovers now. He would have needed so many Fort Lightning in a row. We saw in that first big fight in the top left how it helped him. Now Mountain King is 4.5, transfers the invuln. Pala being level 3 is huge as well. It makes that Mountain King invincible at the front.
That was the big mana potion. That is so much more clap. The bears can't really reach. The riflemen just take a step back, take a shot, and wipe them out here. And again, Moon is done with the Dryad dancing. He has his focus somewhere else, and he's losing one after the next, feeding the human heroes up to 5-4-3.
Yeah, I like the instant revive on the Naga, but he didn't have time to replenish that mana. And like, in those fights, you need, 6-7 Fort Lightning in a row to really have a chance here as Moon. I don't know that Tranquility is going to change much. Stormbolt onto the Keeper. Paladin still keeping that Mountain King going strong at the front. Archmage taking a bunch of damage. Maybe he can try and force a Town Portal. Keeper makes it to the back line. And Moon still has 79 supply, to be honest.
how?
I thought he was completely dead, but he's saving a lot.
Must be a lot of mountain giants, I guess? I'm not sure. As long as there's mana, he's still in that fight, but the Brilliance Aura is, of course, working overtime on level 3 here. Feeding the MK, close to 5. Paladin can always heal pretty much if he needs to. Naga's back now, forcing a Town Portal. Sock respecting the
giant?
force of Fort Lightning.
Oh, he gets the last giant before getting out. That tree is deep behind enemy lines, to say the least.
What is he doing there?
Town Portal in the middle of everything, I dare you.
Maybe that was the plan, but it is not working. Moon is losing his tech.
Yeah, he did expand later on his natural than Sok did, so he's gonna have a little bit more gold left over there. But the fact that Sok to the center is really like it's putting him in check position.
And Sok has a bank of 1.2k. He can just tower this up. He doesn't have to rebuild a big army. He's at almost 80.
I don't know why he even moved out. He could just sit in the center and be in a really good spot. But I think he wanted to make sure he grabbed some scrolls because, as we saw, many fortnightning in a row can really be key here for Moon. That's really Moon's plan. Is for those giants to tank at the front for a very long time. Wait, he's gonna sack the center?
I mean, he takes out this base in seconds with all these mountain giants, right? And now he can town portal and hold. Oh, can he?
I'm so surprised because it's almost like he's giving a chance to Moon now. Moon starts a tree in the middle. Oh my god, he's the one that's gonna expand behind this.
Well, he's gonna lose pretty much his entire main base, I guess.
He's gonna go defend because he has Moonwells there. The question is, does he use Wisp? He has some spare Wisp. Because he has like, I think around 8 or 9, maybe even 10. So he could use 5 for the fight and you keep 5 for the center gold mine.
I'm not sure, dude. It's plus 14 mortar teams and 5 of them. He needs 1 volley to take out a Moonwell. And he got a level 5 MK as well. I don't see how he holds this, really.
Yeah, Moon's coming in hot here. Those bears at the front, they're gonna get clapped to death. Not that much mana left on the Mountain King, just for one last clap here. But those mortars, they're going to work. He can also town portal out, that's the thing. If Sok feels like he's finally out of mana and in trouble.
Tranquility has big value here now that there's no Storm Bolt and no Bash. So lots and lots of healing, and that's the TP out. Doesn't want to fight against an ultimate.
Yeah, Moon lost a lot. 62 supply now.
And he can't remake his army. He lost almost every Moonwell.
Yeah. But he saved quite a few Wisp. I see 3, then 4 or 5, yeah. But the thing is that in every fight he needs a Wisp, so it's really, really hard.
Yeah. And we're getting kind of close to mass teleport territory.
A town is under siege.
Once again, the scrolls, really important.
And Sok still had gold in his expo. He could actually mine that out and then just get max scrolls and then go and fight again. Brilliance level 3 was so smart. It's just giving him so much mana to work with, even against Wisps coming in and detonating. He's sizing this army up here, the Mountain King. He's like trying to see exactly how much there is of everything. He's like, okay, well, 2 giants, 3 dryads, and 5 bears. I think I can take a fight against this.
Using the clap.
And he still has the town portal again.
Okay, Moon, is that the last stand? The tree didn't pay off. The Naga focus fire is crazy. And of course, the heroes are not getting staffed to the Moonwells at the moment because there's only 1 tree and it's in the center, far away from the Moonwells. Can he crowd control once again in a way that the bears don't reach? That would be great. Dryads are falling. Tranquility goes through, but doesn't even do that much this time.
He didn't send in any Wisps.
No.
One of those Fort Lightning, the previous one, he hit only a single knight here. Sok is pummeling this Night Elf army.
Absolutely crazy.
Naga still level 5. If he could get level 6, that would have helped, but 37 supply for Moon, 79 for Sok. He's even sending the peasants in the middle of the map.
Go with the pickaxes, boys. It's double G's and Sok takes the lead and match points.
Great game by Sok. Is he doing it? Is he showing us the second upset of the day? He might be. Really fun game between the two. A nice back and forth. Seemed like Moon was out of it, then he fought his way back into it. One thing that I was really missing, and Todd, you kind of were touching on it there in the middle of that game. Third hero for Moon. Never went for one. We have seen Night Elves try plenty of third heroes in the past. Alchemist, Podem, and most recently Demon Hunter. I think a Demon Hunter being added in would have been a really nice addition, but I can also see the apprehension by Moon for going for it. When he reached tier 3, he could have gone for a demon right away, but he would have gone into upkeep. And also, at that point, there wasn't too much left of the map. And if you play a super late game demon third, and he never gets to level 3, that's extremely underwhelming. But I think he needed it. I think in the super late game, you don't have any chance against this human army if you don't have a third hero, and probably if you don't have mana burn.
Yeah, we saw how Fort Lightning was wearing the human down in some of these fights. You just need so many scrolls. So I think if you had like something like Rain of Fire to this, even cluster rockets, it will help a lot. But I really think that the YOLO move of the Fairy Dragons was really like what put him in trouble. Like he had only 2. I think what he did you can do if you have 4. But now the 2 Fairy Dragons went in the middle of the entire human army before the fight even started. They set up there, and then the rifles just probably looked at each other, high-fived, and they were like, all right, this is our cue. And then they just shot up in the air, got rid of the 2 Fairy Dragons, and then after that, it was just really good for Sok.
But you think if in that spot he has 4 fairies, that it changes that much? Doesn't it just take 10 seconds to kill them instead of 5 seconds to kill them?
If you set them up more above your army, you make it very hard for the rifles to go in and actually kill them properly, right? Because they can reach like at a decent range. It's just you shouldn't set them up above the entire army. But if they are there for the entire fight, it changes everything. Like when you dispel, like it's almost like your priest instantly explodes. And don't get me started on inner fire. So it's like very, very hard to get the full, I guess, potential of those priests being used when you're facing a bunch of fairy dragons. So yeah, that was definitely a mistake.
Yeah, I think there's some improvements still to be made on the top level by Nidals, how to properly use fairies. You can be very smart with their placement, also above trees if the terrain allows for it. But I have rarely recently seen them do very well once there's a couple of rifles. Rifles and, of course, water elements were always in the mix. But yeah, it's something that has some potential.
To me, it feels like the tier 3 in the hands of Sok looks really scary, and there isn't the answer to it. So the next map is Terranos Stand. And I would bet a lot, not only Warcraft 3.info gold coins, that this is going to be a long game.
I think so. I hope so. Terranos Stand, great map for fast expanding. 2 base versus 2 base here. Could be great. And usually this is the hometown of the Warden. Moon, a very good player, but not the most experienced with the Warden.
And also the hometown of the Mountain King on the human side, which we haven't seen yet make an appearance as first hero out of Sok in this series.
Sok is a freaking monster. We saw the tanks already on AZ, and I would put my hand in the fire to say that this is going to be tanks again. If he can hold against the early pressure of Moon, and maybe that is why Moon could once again go for one of these mass Huntress pushes alongside a Warden. There's many things possible on Terranos Stand, but against Sok it's going to be tough. Moon is fighting for survival. The reigning champion of DreamHack is fighting for survival. And we move on to Terranos Stand. Feels like these 2,500 plus ELO points won't help him if he's facing Sok's tier 3. In the upper left, it's Moon. And his opponent having the weeks of his Warcraft life and showing here once again that he's a force to be reckoned with at the moment. Africa Freaks, Sok. Alright. Let's see. Is this the MK Warden we all expect, or is one throwing a curveball? MK Warden, here we go.
Yeah, and on this map, I think if you're Sok, you're probably looking to just fast expand and play a similar style to what he did on Amazonia, where you mix in units and tanks. Something that once upon a time, most people wouldn't even have thought of. If you were playing tanks, you were just playing tanks, and you were kind of stuck on that. Maybe you would transition into flying machines. But what we saw on Amazonia earlier is that you can go tanks, you can go flying machines, and you can still make breakers and knights at the same time and pull it off. And it's just so damn hard for Night Elves to counter this super effectively. Moon now being down 1 and 2, does he maybe try for something a little bit riskier, like something like Mass Tier 1? He doesn't really need to be honest. I think his Warden play is quite incredible. Like, he's very, very good in the late game. If you can get that Warden level 5, he pulls some of the creeps here a little bit from the mercenary camp. I think that's too... He's kind of hoping that those creeps, they're going to start using frost armor earlier here, and they did. And he's hoping that there's going to be some sort of lightning shield used on one of them, in which case it's so hard to creep correctly, but you still have the Shadow Priest to remove that.
I think Moon denied one of the creeps. Looks like it.
Yeah.
Okay, not the greatest start. Keeps on happening. Still level 2, Scroll of the Beast. On the other side, big mana potion for Sok again.
Yeah, Scroll of the Beast is not exactly the best here. Sadly for Moon, he's going for a third Moon well. And no second Enchant of War just yet. This is a little bit weird. And he's taking.
That is super fast.
And by the way, do you see the order he made the Moonwell scene? He's like going bottom right, bottom right. In like around 6 minutes, he's gonna reach Sock's base if he keeps going like this.
Like Command and Conquer when you sandbag forward.
So double Cloak of Shadows for Sock. He's not gonna wait to grab a dust. Maybe he is. He sees the Warden coming in, so he might delay the creeping on the Expo. At least a little bit.
This is interesting that nobody is buying a staff and teleports to the other side, which is kind of the norm in this. Nowadays! Oh, this fan hit well.
It's Blink, by the way. Against Mountain King, it makes a lot of sense to have that. You don't really need Shadow Strike as much. It's just Blink, Fan of Knives, and I think Moon's plan is to just keep leveling. He might only have one Enchant of War, but look at this. He's setting it up on the left side to creep the laboratory here.
This is crazy.
But the staff went to Sock.
Alright. So that's a town. Oh, Blink. Okay. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty innovative by Moon. No second Engine of War. That makes it so he can attack a lot faster.
Yeah, but that's innovative, but not in a good way, I think. Because
well,
he got the staff stolen. Like, if Mountain King sees... Okay, Sock's gonna see on the left side here that there's the units. He could actually staff there. I think he's probably... Obviously, you want to pick up the item in center first.
yeah.
But he knows that this is the next camp that Moon wants to creep.
Crystal Ball can scan for it. And Moon sends everything back. Seems like he's too scared.
And Moon realized that if he crept the lab, he would get creepjacked and it would be very bad. So he's playing a little more conservative, went home with both of the Troll Berserkers that he had bought, and he's not finding any damage. Sock, the one footman scouting has been so key in this series. He's able to see everything every time, and it's really saved him.
And oftentimes we see a Shredder coming up from there. Oh, reveal! Stormbolt! There is Blink, of course, but it's just Sock's way to say, get out of my base. And Moon has
Tree
to
of
obey.
Life.
Okay, that's late though. Moon's plan didn't work out at all. Not enough damage in the main. No damage to the expansion. No creeping at the same time. And also no second base. It's only coming up now. The only good thing he has is a fast attack.
It's been a rough day for him so far, to be honest. Despite winning the one map with the Mass Archer on Last Refuge, he hasn't been able to find any success in the other games. Whereas Sock is playing out of his mind here. He's gonna scout the tree. Sock sees everything. These footmen scouts. Really, really sick. And now he's like, well, I can pressure. I got level 3. Steel has the greater mana. That's a lot of Storm Bolts in a row.
I bet that Lynn is sitting at home, hoping for Sock to win this map as well, to finally kick out Moon of a tournament so Lynn has a chance again. And so far, it doesn't look too bad. Great time. Can he kick this? He's kicking this, isn't he?
Oh my god.
With the piercing
Even if Wisp
damage?
came, he could just stumble them as well.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be a snipe. Moon losing patience, goes for a Fan of Knives. Sock immediately gonna go for that Troll Berserker. Restarts the tree next to this. That's pretty ambitious.
I guess he doesn't have the firepower anymore. He's losing a lot of footmen. And you don't want to feed the Warden too much. But yeah, this is another delay on an already delayed expansion. And Sock is Scrooge McDuck very soon. Yeah,
it's gonna be super rich this game with how quickly it expanded. Needs to work on his wood economy a little bit, but he's in complete control of this game. Even though Moon's getting a little bit closer. Oh, he's gonna get a footman on the left side. Okay, that brings Warden a little bit closer to level 3, and now he can ignite the creeping of that camp.
It's still
remember, Moon, he never bought staff.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to boots or staff or something. This is 7 minute 20 level 3 Warden. That's unheard of. On a map like this, you should get it a lot earlier. Oh no!
Can he blink ahead?
Destroy it.
He's racing against him.
Oh, Sock doesn't see it. He doesn't know. Mountain King is in trouble all of a sudden. Has to go for the town pole. That could have been way worse for Moon.
Yeah, very nicely salvaged. And look at this. Now he has Zeppelin.
Yeah.
So he could actually drop the expo. We got a guard tower that only now started. That's very late, it feels
Zeppelin and Shredder drop by Sock trying to take out the tree.
Oh, he bought that on the right side.
Yep. It doesn't seem to be working. Too much anti-air. Moon was ready for this.
Double lore is now up. For Moon, he's taking to tier 3. So when you play solo Warden like this, you want to rush for that level 5, start using those anti-magic potions, and then just go for a lot of peasant skill on Terna stands. Especially when you're playing this style of Fan of Knights plus Blink, it's perfect. So he's going to level a little bit the Warden here at the expo. Actually, that's a full inventory, first world problems. I guess he drops the mantle.
Okay, Warden is accelerating. We're getting there. Level 4 is a big boost with that big on cheap blink. And then we'll see how fast Sock is in defending this. But he has this one Zeppelin already that should be defending one of his bases.
Yeah, Moon spotted the Zeppelin coming his way, but I think he might know it's empty. It's kind of a fake. We've got Sock creeping at the bottom. He's fast taking to tier 3 and going Blood Mage second.
I like that.
So it looks like, again, we see we're going to see a similar game to what we saw earlier, I think, with the Nightbreaker and the tanks and maybe the flying machines as well. In which case, Moon, he must already be thinking about how he's going to counter that composition in terms of second hero. Do we see a Tinker, which is usually the standard? We could see a Panda as well. Hopefully we don't see the Pit Lord, because last time it didn't work too well.
Sweet Stormbolt dodge on that Wisp. Can still detonate. Moon knows what's up.
He's gonna Creepjack, actually. This is like a perfect moment for the Warden to go for a fight. He's gonna buy stuff, look at this.
Okay, this could be nasty. Everything is poisoned up. There is a TP. Level 4 has been reached. Anti-air isn't here yet for Moon.
He can't finish that camp.
Okay, big experience again.
But that's risky business, because then a human, you know, the next time you scout, if there's 2 cannon towers, you're like, alright, well, I guess I really helped that, didn't I?
Here we go. Gunpowder upgrades. Workshop 1, Workshop 2. Choo-choo!
Yeah, Moon was a little bit worried about his expo, so he actually repaired that back to full. Because he didn't have Nature's Blessing yet. But yeah, he's getting some upgrades right now. He has 1-0 for Dryads. He's getting the +1 armor. He's already getting an Ancient of Winds. So he's already thinking about the potential for tanks, Zeppelins, and all that.
Is that in time? Ooh, this is level 5.
Yeah. And he can start killing a lot of peasants.
Yeah, this is where the fun begins. This is where the Blink fan action really starts kicking off. He tried that with level 2. That was sweet. But yeah, have fun defend. Wow. Wow. Uploads the peasants before the Warden can even blink in. Wow.
Yeah. Moon's gonna move back and pick up the Skull of the Beast here. I really like that he has the Zeppelin on the right side. He spots all of their movement perfectly. Look at his double Ancient of War at the Expo of Moon. He's awaiting these tanks. He knows that they're gonna be coming, but guess what? Oh, actually, he started flying machines, then canceled, and then made tanks. So upkeep has been broken by Sock. Moon's probably gonna wait a little bit and then break it himself. He's getting 1 hippo. Actually, he queued 2 hippos.
Not bad.
He wants to make sure that if there is a Zeppelin coming in, he can kill that.
Well, Sock can react with some gyros himself, and then we get a little bit of an air fight. The most important thing for Sock right now, level up the Blood Mage, I think.
Yeah, eventually you're supposed to retrain so that you have Clap to work with.
Yeah.
And you can actually fight against the ground army of your opponent. You just spam those claps, you take the opponent's mana away, you give it to your Mountain King,
For
and
Moon,
you end up winning or just wearing them down with a clap.
for Moon, number one priority should be not let Sok expand a second time.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, defending the tanks is super important.
Ooh, here we
Yeah,
go.
he's just gonna start spamming peasants. He has staff this time. Hippo dives on that Zeppelin. There's 2 tanks inside.
That could stop the attack right away. Like right in its tracks, especially if the second Hippo is coming in as well. Moon finding a lot of answers.
Yeah, the Warden is the one carrying the town portal, so he's actually gonna staff back home. There's no orb on the Warden.
A player's
He needs to
forces
full repair here. Fan of Knife's gonna start connecting on everything. You don't want to feed that Warden level 6 this fast. Sok uses the Book of the Dead. That's gonna be abolished very quickly. Can he even get the tree here? That's being repaired by everything. There is Nature's Blessing available. Those Ancient of Force doing a ton of damage.
But
Sok
not to the-
committing to killing the tree.
Not to the tanks. Almost no damage to the tanks, and the tree is just gone. And that's a TP on the Blood Mage. Even the tanks survive. Once again, down to 2 base, 1 base.
Yeah, and he killed a bunch of the Wisps. That's very annoying here for Moon. He's just gonna re-expand. And Sok is over upkeep, so even though he's mining on 2 bases, it's 7 plus 7, that's 14 against the 10 of Moon. So it's not like he has a much better economy.
No, Moon is an upkeep as well. He's at 53.
Oh yeah, he needs to maybe like detonate some of his
forces
Wisps
are
or
under
something.
attack.
Because he has a Shredder, he doesn't need to be mining this much wood, but maybe he's keeping those to mine from the expansion, but he has a bunch of Wisps like also on the map. Dude, if I was Moon, I would make 3 APs at the expo. Actually, he just killed something.
True. Not
He
sure
just
what
went
it
down to
was.
49 supply.
He has also 3 hippos. Maybe that's a little overkill.
A town
But
is
alright.
under
Sok is gathering his army, continuing to creep. The biggest thing is, though, Warden is gonna be level 6 in a heartbeat. And that's
Yeah.
the Avatar. And that changes pretty much everything.
Yeah, level 6 can actually not just kill peasants, but the Avatar, if there's not many towers, and as we can see in both bases, there's like 2 in the main and 3 in the expo. You can actually take out these towers as well eventually with all the bodies that you will have collected from killing those peasants.
Oh, that was
Yeah, even meet some peasants like out in the open in the main base.
But Sok at the same time was taking out the expansion once again with a tank. That was then killed,
town is under siege.
but absolutely worth the trade.
Yeah, and Moon killed another Zep, by the
wow.
way. So he's really shutting down all of the Zeppelins. There's just the one near the main base for Sok, because he started dropping. Oh, he's getting an AP at the expo. I love that. AP is going to be amazing against tanks. And Moon realizes that all he has to do is defend. Again, he's expanding later than his opponents, or rather re-expanding here. So he will have more gold left available in the long run.
Another Zeppelin falling. I think they just don't cut it anymore. The triple hippo.
Oh, the Stormbolt catches
Oh.
the Warden. He's gonna force the town portal.
No
here.
way.
Moon needs to react. You can't lose that Warden. What are you doing?
What?
Town portal. Woo. Oh my
Dude,
God,
if that's a bash, if there's one bash, Warden falls.
And now Sok is not even mining from his expo because there's spirits wrecking his life there.
A player's
And by the way,
forces
those
are under
like
attack.
there is no priest in this game. So when Moon goes back to the main base of Sok, look at those peasants. They're gonna die very quick.
Yep. For Lumber, he has a shredder, but he really needs gold. He's trying to counter with flying machines, but just donating them to hippos.
Yeah, Moon's getting a bunch of Enchanter Force everywhere as well now. Just playing it very safe. I still think that some additional APs on the expo would be nice as well. They do a lot of damage to tanks.
He's switching to gyros.
Yeah. He's even getting flak cannons. So I think because there's no Panda second,
Are under
Yeah.
attack.
it does make sense. But yeah, Warden will go for the main base here, I think, in a second. Moon, he kept Scourge Bone Chimes, actually. So he knows there might be fights later on with bears against knights. He saw the Mountain King staff to the main. What does Moon do? Does he go for the main or the expo? He's trying to dodge the Stormbolts.
Works. The amount of multitasking in this game is fascinating. Challenges everywhere. So the Warden goes in,
Are under attack. attack.
to the economy line once again. Zeppelin is ready as an answer, but the answer to the answer is more hippogriffs, and that's another kill.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Sok, I'd stop getting the Zeppelins, but it
Yeah.
feels like he kind of has to keep getting them because that's what's supposed to save his peasants.
That's another one.
So that triple hippo choice was... I also thought it was too much, but it works out perfectly. And Moon... Wait, where does he have an Ancient of War in the top right? He might
Why
start
not?
leveling a second hero, maybe.
A player's force
And on the Zeppelin, the main base being hunted. It's turbulent flights out there on Tyrannistan.
I would love to have a kill counter on these three guys. They did a lot. The Blood Mage never able to get to level 3. The Mountain King never able to get to level 5. And I think if this stage of the game has been reached, double workshop is not enough anymore. Like, you can't overwhelm with tanks anymore on double workshop. You need more.
Yeah, I mean, Moon's ready everywhere. He made
Yeah.
so many Ancient of Wars all over the place. He could go for talents. He's got like a few bears, the 2 troll berserker. I think it's very tempting to go for... Oh my god, he goes for peasants again. He's gonna get so many of them. It's tempting to go for second hero and start leveling it, but I think Moon's really worried that Sok will hit immediately when he does that. Right? If he starts creeping out on the map and then the tanks hit him at this exact time, he could lose a lot and be in trouble. So he's playing it safe. Stormbolt lands on time again, so that's gonna force another town portal, but Moon, I don't think he cares too much. He's still achieving a lot of kills and doing really well in this game. Sok's not even fully mining in the main base.
Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, we see the gold graph now swinging around. For the first time, Moon is on double income, and he stopped the double income of Sok. 18 minutes in the game, this turns around. We get 3 upgrades for Moon. And
You know,
now
some-
breaking upkeep, so efficient.
attack.
Some Night Elves, they would be worried about Terranas. They're like, oh, I can't play Warden like Moon. Moon is like, well, I can play Warden like Moon, and I will, in fact.
I wonder how the dynamic of the game changes once we have enough flying machines so they take out the hippos. And then maybe the drops work again. And then the momentum swings into Sok's favor again.
Yeah, but is there really enough gold for Sok to be able to capitalize on that? Because even though he's still on 50, he has less than 2k left in the main base, and he has 7,000 on the expo.
Yeah.
Moon has 10,000 on the expo.
Yeah.
So even though he's in upkeep,
A player's
he's still going to
forces
get a
are
ton
under
of
attack.
gold. He really is not losing any units right now because he's not even facing a real army. The Hippo's going for it. Flying machines can actually kite against this. You can attack and then pull back very consistently.
Town is under siege.
And he's
Or
gonna
you
tap
just
out.
tap out. Moon wins. Full distance, guys. Whew. I did not expect this at all. I thought this was Sok's game to take. But the triple hippo. What heroes.
Yeah, that's super smart. I like that a lot. That makes the Zeppelin usage much harder, both aggressively for tank drops and defensively for the peasants, something we haven't seen before. And, you know, it's not only about killing the expansion of your opponent and canceling it, which did work for Sok multiple times. It's about how expensive it is. He lost footies, breakers, I think even, berserkers, tanks, zeppelins, peasants, so many peasants over and over and over again. An interesting choice by Moon. He never even went for a second hero. Not too worried about those tanks, not going for a panda or anything, just going for a few mercs and archers and stuff, and Ancients of War, and then holding on with a Warden only. And once again, it's the Warden show in the end.
That was pretty crazy. And I am pretty sure we're gonna have another Warden show on the last map. We will be on Echo Isles to determine Focus's opponent in the semi-final. So don't go anywhere. We're just moments away from the decision. The decision is upon us. Moon versus Sock, the second quarterfinal. Who will face Focus in the semis? That is a crazy back and forth series here. Sock is giving Moon a good run for his money. The reigning champion is struggling a little bit, but he's also finding answers in a very, very, very impressive way.
Dude, the best of 5, Nighter versus Human, again ends on egg coils.
You love it, don't you? Tell us how you love it. How much?
The map is trash, but it can sometimes lead to good games.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, what is it going to be for hero choices? Warden or Demon Hunter or perhaps even a Keeper? MK or AM? There's multiple different options here.
All right. We're getting into it. This is it. This is the decision. Will we eliminate the second favorite of the tournament after Infi was kind of demolished by Focus, if we're honest? It could be another one of the kind of tier 2 Korean guard, eliminating one of the top favorites here. This is gonna be crazy. I have no idea what to expect. On paper, it could be a Warden Mountain King battle again, or it could be something entirely different. We'll have some answers right here on Echo Isles. All right, Todd. That's it. That's the decision. We got Moon in the upper left. We got Sock in the upper right. What will the altars tell us?
And this is usually the part where, by the way, like you put your caster mask on, a caster face on, you're like, what better map to end the series on than Echo Isle? Well, actually, there would have been a lot of better maps here in this case, but tell you what, Echo Isle has been around forever. It's a map where we've seen epic games as well at times. It's a map that's been really figured out, and guess what? They're using that to their full advantage. Sock, with the early scouts, make sure that there's no Enchant of War there. He could have pulled the Crypts if it had been a little bit on the greedier, like closer side of the mercenary camp. And Moon, 600 IQ move. He's not even making the Enchant of War at the top. He makes it at the bottom to creep the Expo pretty quickly. And I think he was counting on Sock doing what he just did. Obviously, these guys, they play against each other very often. They met like a week ago in AWL, which Sock was able to win in. But now we're down to the last map. He's like, well, if I make the Enchant of War down there, you're probably not going to expect it. You're probably not going to scout it. I can creep Expo very quickly, go with the Keeper. You're probably anticipating a Warden as well. And the first Footman is moving across the map for Sock. That's very standard. What does Sock even creep first? If he knew that it's a Keeper, he'd probably want to do the Mercenary Camp quickly. If he thinks that it's a Warden, maybe creeping the Expo first would be good.
I did not expect a Keeper versus Archmage matchup. I was kind of sure that we get Warden versus MK round 2. Not the case. Moon saving the Wispier into a building. A little exclamation mark right at the beginning. So Sock, oh, he seems hesitant. He sends the Militia back, going to the green.
He missed the hero, actually. If he had seen Keeper, I think he would go for the Mer camp, but I think he missed it because the Peasant was elsewhere. He went to the center to make another farm there. So this feels like it plays more in Moon's favor. I mean, obviously, it's not a disaster for Sock, right? It's just the first camp being crept. But I do think that against a Keeper here, if you can go for Mercenary Camp early, you're going to be very happy. But that's the thing. Keeper and Warden, they're like opposites. We saw in Last Refuge how buying Mercenaries doesn't help you at all against Warden. And now he's finally going to get the confirmation of the Keeper. But he's already about to creep the Expo. He turns around.
Are under attack.
He does a 180 and goes for the Mercenary Camp.
Yeah, U-turn Sock. That's a lot of wasted time, and I'm not sure if you can allow that against Moon. I think you kind of want to disrupt Moon's play as early as possible and throw him off his game plan. Because if he picks up pace and if he accelerates, then Moon is getting really, really, really scary. So Sock losing valuable seconds, but also winning that Shadow Priest.
A player's forces are under attack.
How often has a Night Elf expanded quicker than a human on Echo Isle? I think, like, not very often.
Nope. No mercenaries stolen.
It doesn't feel like it's one of those games where it's going to be cancelled either. Then again, I said that before and then it got cancelled. Ring +4 on the Archmage.
Yep.
That's pretty bad.
Parry up for Moon doesn't make a big difference either. So in the long run, they will probably both go for an expansion. Then it's just an arms race. Like, we all know how scary a 70 supply human push can be.
Yeah. But Moon expanding this early, like, it just changes everything. He's making some Moon wells forward. Like, the second one was, like, close to, like, where he's standing right now. The third one is at the expo. So Moon is like, okay, I know that you're going to be pushing my expo a whole bunch. And I'm already getting ready for that later on. Look at this. Drops Circlet, Periapt, uses 2 Moon wells, then picks those up. That's going to be level 3 here in a second. And he's going to get ready for the defense.
Level 3.
If he can anticipate that he's about to be attacked.
Sock has double ring. Todd, you're cursing the humans once again. But is this timing enough? It's a level 3 Archmage. He turns around. Again, a little indecisive.
Yeah, Moon in position, by the way. If he had been completely out of position here, by the way, that's a cancel, aka the game lost. I think he knew he can't let that happen. That's going to be a deny on the Water Elemental. The Strand still working on that one farm out there. That's going to supply block Sock, actually.
He is already supply block. That's not great. Of course he's getting that expansion up, so he can produce a little bit more.
And there's the second Forest Troll Shadow Priest. I like that Sock's taking his time. He pulled all the way back and he's like, okay, I need to make sure I can abolish all of these strands and then fight. And Moon all alike, he's not rushing in crazily. He's still taking his time. He's going to actually start clipping the shop in the center. Could get, maybe Lightning Shield here would be good.
Yeah, I like this. Experience is so rare on this map and so limited. So every fight is justified over experience. And this was one of the bigger camps here. Level 3.5 plus replenishment. Kind of nice to save Moonwells. But he's not getting everything here, or is he? Nope.
Yeah, careful not to feed mercenaries. Moon was being very patient with Entangle as well, because he knew there was enough Abolish to really remove it. So using an Abolish on like the Troll Berserker or a Troll Shadow Priest would be totally useless. Because that would just be dispelled instantly and then the unit would start running back and he would never kill that. So a lot of very mature and smart choices from both players. Moon teched a lot earlier. They started mining the Expo about the same time, maybe Sock slightly earlier, because he forced this tunnel. But Moon teched way earlier. Look, it's almost done. We're not even halfway through done for Sock. Question is, what second hero do we see from Moon? Usually from Human, it will be a Mountain King. But Moon has plenty of heroes to choose from. Panda second would be okay. Alchemist, Naga, all possibilities.
I really like that Sock is going for a way earlier defend. Maybe forced to the fact that he was supply blocked for a little. But this will help him so much against all this piercing damage. And Moon, again, going for the 12 o'clock, snatching the big one. Scroll of the Beast can be really good with archers.
He's level 4.
He's level 4.
It's super smart to go for that, because attacking wouldn't have achieved much. So now he made the most of his units. Actually, the creeps are kind of wrecking him here. The Bloodless Pit Trappers. But he's trying to trade against some of these mercenaries, but he's going to have to get out now. But yeah, level 4 already. That's always nice when you can achieve that, especially because Human is still ways off from having Sanctums and Priest for this spell. So even though he's got Forest Troll Shadow Priest with Abolish, especially when Moon's finally going to add a second hero, if he ends up killing those, he could get some really good control here with a Keeper. Fast tier 3 from Moon. Demon Hunter second!
Whoa.
He's anticipating the Mountain King second of Sock. And he says, I need mana burn against that.
Makes sense, though. I mean, it's pretty much guaranteed that it's an MK. Yeah, and it is. Okay. Okay! Can he burn enough? That's the big question. Feels like the Demon Hunter is the X factor. If he's played really, really well and controlled really, really well, then he can make this Mountain King almost a non-factor in the game. But if the MK control is great enough, then the Demon Hunter could be a non-factor.
Yeah. What's worrying is that Sock has no lumber. Like, he's really struggling. He's getting the lumber upgrade right now, improved lumber harvesting, but when you have this much gold and this little lumber and your tier 3 is that delayed, I don't think he should even have made long rifles. Maybe he should have just tech to castle immediately. Because if he's going to stay on the tier 2 army, even though that worked on Last Refuge, it was a very different game. Like, Moon is almost done with the tier 3. Oh my god.
Yeah, it feels like the puzzle pieces are coming together for Moon, so he's painting this nice tier 3 big army maxed out picture. And Sock is still missing the frame, really.
And much like on Last Refuge, he's getting a workshop here. He knows that he's going to have to face quite a few Dryads.
Yeah.
We're looking at a very different game, though. Like, this is not Naga's second from Moon. He went Demon Hunter, he's grabbed the orb already. Dryad will die very quickly. That was a little bit bad.
Okay, first priest come in. Sock got his Murloc camp entirely, pretty much uncontested. 4 and 2 heroes. What's the Demon Hunter's level? He just arrives. He's at 0. He got an orb, that's nice, but having level 2 mana burn is far away. Where to get that? How to creep? What to do? How aggressive can you be against upcoming rifle casters mortars?
The Expo of Sock is actually very siegeable because he's got no guard tower. It's just the one arcane tower. And I think Moon might just go on that, knowing that Sock went to the top to creep a little bit extra here. Train's gonna help a lot, obviously.
Lumberwork is also exposed, and you mentioned it before. He is also already short on lumber, so upgrades are quite expensive. Castle is quite expensive. TP trade, that's fine.
Yeah, he killed like what, 3 peasants, lumber peasants as well.
Yeah.
Brings Sock down to 53 supply. Sock now starts castle tech. And Moon broke upkeep a little bit later, I think, so he actually mined more golds. And he's still, I mean, remember that Moon got both center camps, technically. So he has a lot of camps left over on his side of the map to level that demon to 3. And usually the way you want to counter that for your Mountain King is to get some sorceresses and invis, but Sock is only on 1 sanctum, and again, he doesn't have much wood to work with.
Yeah, I don't see invis. There's quite some upgrades that might be a little more important. There's no run for items yet, right? We got a level 3 MK, super tanky, double ring, and Periapt, and the first invul potion. That can be really important. Demon Hunter gets a claw for a little bit of damage.
Part of the reason why Sock did so well on Conceal Hill previously, when he was a similar game, is that he found true shots. In this game, he's not going to have true shot here to work for him, so that's already a very, very big difference. And Moon is sieging earlier towards the main base this time.
He's skipping bears, right? Just going straight up Mountain Giants. How much can the Mountain King do? He got Clap level 2. Disables the Demon Hunter 4. Now, there's a mana potion on him as well. But how does he reach the backline? He's just running into this demon. Oh, he's focusing the demon actually with Stormbolt.
Yeah, not that much of a choice. I don't think Moon should stick around too much. He's not supposed to be able to kill that much here. He's trying to kill 1 more footman. You don't want to take too much damage on your giants here because you don't have an alchemist to heal them. Staff's on time here to make sure he saves the Demon Hunter. He's actually fighting for some reason.
Yeah, and he's feeding the Mountain King a bit with all the treants. There is a mana potion. He could go for Clap into the backline if he so desires, but Moon pulls back. 66 supply, also 900 gold. But that was time for Sock's tier 3. This was not a moment where Sock wanted to fight. This just worked out well.
What the heck is this tower? Maybe for vision? Yeah, the 12 o'clock wasn't finished, so he finishes that now. Moon without an Ancient of the Wind this game. Like, he knows there's going to be enough fire eventually. And Flare being researched now for Sock, so he wants to have some good vision. He's pressing forward, +1 attack is already there. He's getting the +1 attack for the Breaker and Footman as well, and Knights.
Double heal scroll. Double heal scroll is big. 3 wisps, Moon pushing forward, going bears now, gets another Berserker. Really wants to make a lot out of this, but Sock, how good is his sieging potential?
It's
very
massive.
good, I would say.
Yeah.
3 mortar teams, 1-0 upgrades. There is Nature's Blessing, but there's also Clap against the repair. Here we... Oh, nice detonates. Has to use the potion if he wants to go for it, but Sock is just clicking right through the tree. Town portals as well. Is the damage enough? 1 more volley! It's not!
Wow. That was so close here. If he had lost that, that would have been so bad for Moon. Even though he has 72 supply, he would have had to remake that tree. And then you know that there's going to be an 80 timing that the opponent can fight you with for a long time, TP out, and then go again. So very, very important save. Got a little bit more experience for the Demon Hunter. He definitely should get that to level 3, though. There is some camps at the bottom. Moon was getting ready for a fight on the other side of the map. We see actually some trees, some wisps in position on some of those trees. And it seems like he really wants to pressure against this. He wants to keep Sok at home.
I really don't... Like, was Sok too greedy here? He could have stayed a little. He had a heal scroll. He had an invul. He had a mana potion. He could have used clap on the wisp to make sure there's no repair.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to get that tree. Might have messed up a little bit.
Yeah, that might have been the moment of the game. All right, the rifles out of position. The wisps are coming in. This time they do get clapped. The mortars are in a wonderful position, and Moon is running into a choke.
Yeah, Moon has no taunt portal, but he has one healing scroll still left over, landing a big entangle here on that one Mountain King. He's got a mana potion. He's under a shop, but Moon is not really losing much here just yet. That one Dryad will finally go down. Aid of Fire is kicking in. Mana potion being used on the Mountain King. Demon Hunter at the front. He's almost level 3. Dryad's coming back in. Gets level 3 on the Demon and level 5 on the Keeper here. Moon is breaking through. He still has so many units left over.
It's absolutely crazy. 60 supply only for Sok. Where are the reinforcements? He's trying to get knights and getting entangled immediately. Militia don't do that much, but at least a little bit of distraction. But how does the table turn if he gets rid of these mountain giants? That's the question. So far, Sok holding on next to his shop, and he weathers the storm.
Yeah, and I like that Moon pulls back here. Realized there wasn't much more that he could kill. That one knight that was zoned away from the priests. He was like, all right, that's an easy entangle and kill here on you. And even though Sok holds here, Moon's still on 77 supplies, working with 1 upgrades. He should be queuing way more. Yeah, we got the +2 attack about to finish. He's waiting, making sure that he grabs the healing scroll. Careful not to get caught here with that Keeper, though.
Ooh, that's a mortar almost for free. Clap is okay, but he's losing valuable units, possibly. There's a heal scroll.
Coming back.
Okay, mana burn should be there instantly. Yep, gets it off before there's another Stormbolt, before there's another clap. Mountain King tanking like crazy. Is it time for the mana potion now? Moon's dancing with the Dryad seem a lot better. But the frag shards are doing a ton of damage to the back line. The heal scroll, oh my!
And he gets 2 more priests. He gets 2 more priests before Sok finally taunt portals out there. 63 supply for the human. 77 for Moon. And that's the very important number here is how much gold is left. And again, they started mining about the same time on the expos.
But what a difference, right? This, like, Moon could have lost easily 6 units there to frag shards. He had the heal scroll in the perfect moment. And on the other side, Sok is losing 2 or 3 of his units. So, great decision making by Moon. Almost maxed out. Doesn't have to rebuild the units now. Looking better and better for him.
The fact that he was able to retain so many units alive also means that he's going to spend the surplus gold on scrolls. He has perfect shop control. He's camping it all the time because he's winning all of these fights. And he's also going to out-upgrade Sok severely here from here. Sok only has +1 attack on rifles, +1 attack on knights. That's it. Moon is already 2-1. And he's queued 2 extra upgrades. So his upgrades are going to be insane here.
Sok is getting to the numbers and...
Oh, he's catching reinforcements!
Oh, wow. Oh, that's big. Knight, gone. Priest again, gone.
He's just not letting him get back to 80 supply.
It's crazy, right?
That's what he's achieving by fighting all the time like this. Wisps coming in.
Clap was okay, but not great. Mortars have to reposition. The entire army has to reposition. And he's just not getting kills. Moon never has
away
to...
from this priest.
A town is under siege.
Oh my. He's parking the Dryads in the main. The Knight can't really follow. Nothing can really follow.
Are under attack.
And Sok was never able to afford the staff either. Because he's trying to get to 80.
Yeah.
And then Moon is like, no, I'm not going to let you get to 80. He pressures the main base. He's going to take out the Sanctum. There's going to be no more casters being able to be made. Sok's going to have to replace that. He's coming in from behind, but Moon might be happy to take this fight. He still has 1 healing scroll. Pops that pretty early. Where's the mana burn?
There was a clap. Okay, but again, no kills, right? Nope.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel that this Moon guy is a pretty good Warcraft player.
Solid hold by Sok, though. I thought he might be more trouble than that, but he engaged very nicely here at the end. He might finally be able to go for invisibility on the Mountain King to make sure he doesn't get mana burns too badly. He's remaking the Sanctum at the Expo, as we can see. He's getting +1 armor upgrade on his knights. and he's trying to get one of the shop items. Moon needs to buy the dust here, maybe. Oh, there is Flare. Oh my god. Oh,
Is he
don't
just
tell me he's
dead?
dead. He might have to buy a town portal. He's blocked away. He gets with the shop. Drop an item and buy a town portal or you're dead. The Demon Hunter is gonna go down. He buys the town portal, but too late. The Demon Hunter is dead. And Moon is gonna have to instant revive. I don't know if he even has the gold. That was Demon level 3 here.
And he
a
lost the...
big mistake.
He lost the parry up as well. He had to drop it for that town pole because it was slot starve.
Oh my god, and the Paladin picked it up.
Yeah,
so he rebuys, but that's so expensive. And that gave Archmage level 5, by the way, which is Brilliance level 3. And he has no Fairy Dragons this game.
Was this the mistake? There was one mistake by Sock to not go fully through with that attack on the tree. And maybe that was Moon's mistake right here.
Players' forces are under attack.
Yeah, that was very bad. I cannot believe he didn't remember that there was Flare, because it was quite a few times that Sock already used it. And he didn't even buy the dust in the first place. He bought that very late as well. 3-2 upgrades though for Moon. Look at his Sock uses the bottom area here, because mortars are going to be safer with a strong front line, but Moon, realizing that this is happening, is going to look to try and get an engage very quickly. Wisps coming in from behind.
He's coming. Oh my! The frag shards again! So sick. Heal scroll saves a lot of lives, but the detonates from the back also super powerful. But you said it. Brilliance Aura 3. This army will be provided with a little bit of mana, but the Mountain King, wait a second, is a little bit caught off guard here. Invo Potion has to be used. Is there a staff? Finally? No. Holy Light maybe. TP out.
The Mountain King might be too far.
Ooh.
Moves it back in. Oh my god, that was last second. He was too far, I think, for a second. Oh, Moon. He was so close to finally being able to catching this Mountain King. Keeper level 5.6. Sock really making this a game here. That demon kill really gave him a better shot. He set up perfectly at the bottom side of the map. It's so hard to engage into a human army down there.
Is Sock getting the items?
For the shop.
Oh, is it happening again? We'll see. The invul is ready in 9 seconds. Demon Hunter in focus fire, not able to burn. Sock is blasting through his mana. Treats a little off position. Ooh, dangerous. Okay, saves himself. And the mortar teams, now they're getting the kills. For once, the invul, the heal scroll, a tiny bit too late. Wisp again about to detonate. Are the mortars saving this game for Sock?
Yeah, they're doing what they can. They only got +1 attack. Not much inner fire being used here. Sock's kind of running out of priest. He's only got the 3 left. Keeper going to work. He's almost level 6. And there's not going to be any mana for Stormbolt here. And Sock doesn't have any mana potion. That level 6 could be big here to keep his units alive.
Yeah, there's no bash.
3 upgrades, by the way.
It's the perfect counter to all these frag shards. But Moon has to retreat. Needs to lick his wounds.
Flare used on the expo by Sock. He's trying to see how much gold is left over. It's 3.5k, so slightly more than he has. But in the main base, he actually has more because he used militia.
Yeah, 500 for Moon only. So it's a total of almost 4k. Okay, still a little bit lower for Sock, but he gets to the shop this time. Is there anything available? Did he get anything? Tome of Retraining! Blizzard!
Oh wow, and he went Blizzard level 3, so now he's gonna have Brilliance level 2, but that Blizzard can hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And that means even on the Mountain Giants too.
There was always this little bit of damage missing that the mortar teams couldn't do. With a Blizzard follow-up, this could be lethal for a lot of units.
He saw the Wisp setting up on the left side.
Smart to pull back. He has to take care of this. They're coming again. MK, can he reach? He's invis. Clap. Not there yet. There is detonate. Oh, they all go through. So the clap was pretty much for nothing. How much can the Blizzard do?
Keeper is 1 unit away from getting level 6. Blizzard's gonna start landing on the back line here. A lot of big mana burns have already gone down. Mountain King completely out of mana. He's targeting it. Dispel on the Entangle. Keeper really trying to get that level 6 hit here, but he's gonna force the Town Portal out. And we're getting to the late game here where there's no gold left, so any Town Portal that you can force is always gonna be nice, but Moon did lose a bunch of units before forcing that out.
Moon, mined out in the main. Sock at 100. Expo 2k versus 2.5k. What a crazy series. Both will have regen. We got Priest Heal and Brilliance Aura versus Moonwells and Tranquility.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Moon's playing this aggressive because he's the one with the Moon Wells on his side of the map. So you're supposed to sometimes play a little more defensive. And then Ecoile can kind of get in these situations where it's like, okay, well, whose turn is it to attack? Like, who's supposed to attack? Sometimes nobody, so then they'll just camp. And a single tank in the main base is going to work on Moonwells.
That's so smart. That's such a... Like, Infi and TH would do stuff like this. But yeah, you mentioned it. We've had draws here. Moon was involved. GCS 2016 opening match. Went into a draw. I wouldn't mind replaying this map. Pretty awesome so far.
Sock on 80 supply. Even send the militia here. He doesn't have an healing scroll though.
He's almost
Wisps are gonna come in.
That's a lot of wisps potentially. He's trying to frag shot them, but they connect to almost everything. I don't know how he wants to fight this. 73 supply. That's level 6 for the Keeper with a lot of mana. Uses it on Treants once again, but he has Tranquility.
Bears making it to the center of the army here. Demon Hunter taking a bunch of damage. Tranquility is used. And it's actually reaching the Demon Hunter right now, replenishing a lot of these units. Well, that's not gonna last too much longer because the Keeper is far away from everything. A Knight might go down. Yes! A big mana burn of 73 on the Mountain King. Moon pulls back. Sock on 61 supply. Moon on 74. Has he finally done it here? He's dealt with the tank in the main base thanks to Treants. That was really smart.
Sock needs a magic trick. Feels like he can't fight straight up anymore. Not like this. Not against the Mountain Giants, not against the Mana Burn, and definitely not against Tranquility.
I think he was hoping Moon would pull back too far out, and then he could kill that tree. He's trying to bait him to fight in a bad position. But remember, he has Brilliance level 2 only now, so the mana replenishment is way lower. And I think Moon's about to force another town portal here.
How much gold was spent on Wisps, by the way? Everything is drained once again. Mountain King finds himself in focus fire. There is an invul. Mortar teams, again, MVPs of this army. Killing the Dryads, but yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a TP. He needs to regen mana now.
Oh, and he gets level 5. Oh, that's so big. A big power spike of the Demon Hunter here. Sock, I don't even know how many town portals he's used at this point. I guess as many as there's been dozens of wisps detonated into his army. And he's running out of gold. There's 400 gold left on his expo.
And
I think this is going to be one last attempt.
This Tranquility is so good now. The fight is over. Cannot be cancelled. You can immediately buy... Exactly. Like a Moonstone or whatever afterwards. And regen your mana back up.
It's so tough for Sock to decide what to add to his army now. You almost want to sell items, but you're already over or in low upkeep.
Yeah.
And Moon is still on 74 and mining a little bit more. And there's still that camp in the bottom left that never was crept, by the way.
Yeah, I think this won't be crap. He's adding Knights for a little bit more sustain. Sock is mined out. 120 gold. He's adding a Spellbreaker. Moon at 74. Pushing for the semi-final.
If he could finally target the Demon Hunter a little bit better, and he finally got Invis. It took him like up until he mined out basically, but he finally got that super important upgrade. So he can open up the fight with Stormbolt Clap on the Demon Hunter, maybe some hero target, force the staff out, but Demon does have double staff, and Moon still has his main tree in the main base.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay.
It's gonna take a perfect fight for either player, I think, to really like do well and win. Yeah. I think if it's an equal fight, I think Moon wins. But if Sock takes a perfect engagement, he has a chance here still to win. But it's going to be very hard. He still has, I mean, this army is absurd. Moon's going to need so many wisps yet again, but guess what? He has no use for them anyway now. He's already mined out the side of the map. Who attacks? Who even attacks here?
Yeah, that's the question. Nobody has gold anymore. Pendant of Energy, by the way. Sweet.
A player's forces.
I don't know, man. Usually it's the one who attacks who loses, right? Like, you don't want to fight into Moonwells, into shops.
And Sock even send the militia towards his main base, or like the peasants rather, so that he can use militia if he's being attacked. But Moon does have more supply. He has a town portal. He's got double staff to work with. He could even send the buildings forward.
What is even the incentive to push? Like,
I think if you're ahead, you're like, let's say like Moon doesn't attack and Sock doesn't attack and they agree to a draw. I think it's a missed opportunity for Moon. to take the draw. I think it's better for him to just simply attack the expo, bring all the wisps, bring all the buildings.
Okay, what do we have, guys? We have 1 town portal, a heal scroll, mana potion, invul potion. And the
You know what's
before-mentioned-
funny? They both attack at the same time.
Yeah.
And in this case, Sock is the one that doesn't have a town portal.
But he has mortars.
Yeah. But I mean, if Moon knew this was coming, obviously he would go home and fight. He
Ah,
might actually
yeah.
town portal, since he's the one with the town portal. But he needs to make sure he brings his wisps. Fighting without wisp here would be a giant mistake for Moon. I think he's just gonna let the main die. Yeah, he's gonna counter kill everything at the expo, and maybe base trading is better for Moon. He's got the tree coming on the other side of the map, and it's not like there's any gold to take, but he can just cover that.
Oh, this tree is so smart. Does Sock have any gold left? No. He can't even build a farm.
Town is under siege.
I
mean,
think
he
yeah,
has-
Moon's gonna force Sock back basically, because even though he has knights within a fire, Sock cannot build anything.
Moon could, Sock could go to the marketplace though and sell something and then build a farm or whatever.
Yeah, true. What a crazy game.
This is
Echo Isle.
absolutely nuts. Okay, it's
Echo Isle.
a best of 5 going down to a base race. Unbelievable. Okay, Moon's main base wiped out. The castle will take some time. We do have siege sticks on the mountain giants, but we also have a lot of dryads. Plus we have blizzard, plus we have knights, plus we got mortar teams.
A town is
And Sock has gold again.
Yeah, the paladin just sold everything at the bottom. What does he make? A lumber mill, a farm? If he makes 1 farm, then he still will have more gold to make some more. Yeah, he makes it at the top. As soon as his castle dies, though, it's gonna be revealed.
Yeah.
And then Moon could just like maybe get something close and try and snipe that.
Moon will not be revealed, but Moon is moving over.
Oh, he's sending the heroes in. Oh my
Yep.
god, Moon.
Nasty. Also, sharp bottom left to the turtle spot. The Invis Priest is almost seeing it, but it's nighttime, so he doesn't. And that farm is not gonna finish. He can cancel it. He should cancel it, I think.
Okay, he starts
Oh.
another one at the bottom.
Yep.
Wait, Sock invised half of his army already. He's gonna
Oh
try
my
to go
God.
for the tree. Has he even seen it? It's on the right side.
I'm not
He's
sure.
trying to maybe get a surround on the demon.
He should see the left-hand side now, right?
Oh my god.
Invis army. I can't believe this.
This is the last farm of Sock here. He needs to sell more. Oh my god, Moon!
A
He might have
player's
seen it.
forces are under attack.
He's moving in position to snipe that. There is no goal to start an additional farm. And I think this is it.
It's
He's gonna
finished.
kill that. Sock
It's not
cannot
even
cancel
finishing.
that. This is his last building.
No, it's
Oh my
not! There's another one! At the south, and the shop is gone!
It's found as well. Oh my god, this is his last gold. He needs to sell more items. He's out of
Moon's
position
building.
with the army invis.
He didn't find out about Moon's building! And he's moving all back. The priest will be suffering.
He needs to sell items.
Are under attack.
But he already sold everything.
Oh no! Oh, Sock, this is not how you want to go out, but Moon prevails! We get a rematch of DreamHack Anaheim. Unbelievable seconds at the end of